PS5 is cooking. Saros, PS5 is cooking. Get ready, grinders, get ready. This game going to be fine. Saros, PS5 is cooking. Saros, PS5 is cooking. Get ready, grinders, get ready. We coming for the prize. Saros, PS5 is cooking. Feel that pressure, it's incoming. Get ready, grinders, lace up. This one's built to wake up. New rules, same hunger, cold hands, hot numbers. Every run looks sharper, every win go harder. You know the wait was long. Now the screen feel alive. Better lock in tight. Better bring that drive. Saros, PS5 is cooking. Saros, PS5 is cooking. Get ready, grinders, get ready. This game going to be fine. Saros, PS5 is cooking. Saros, PS5 is cooking. Get ready, grinders, get ready. We coming for the prize. It's up the old plans, load in with a clean stance. No noise, just motion. Full focus, full motion. Hands on, eyes open. Whole squad, stay chosen. When the drop comes through, you know what to do. You know the wait was long. Now the screen feel alive. Better lock in tight. Better bring that drive. Saros, PS5 is cooking. Saros, PS5 is cooking. Get ready, grinders, get ready. This game going to be fine. Saros, PS5 is cooking. Saros, PS5 is cooking. Get ready, grinders, get ready. We coming for the prize. Hold the line, don't blink now. Big wave hit right now. Hold the line, don't blink now. Big wave hit right now. Saros, PS5 is cooking. Saros, PS5 is cooking. Get ready, grinders, get ready. This game going to be fine. Saros, PS5 is cooking. Saros, PS5 is cooking. Get ready, grinders, get ready. We coming for the prize. Who's stepping it up?
right. We are back. Gaming Grindhouse is on. How's everybody doing out there? It's Monday. The doors are open. The fires are burning. And man, yes, you haven't heard those sirens in a while. That's right, Dad of War. It's a 5-alarm deglazing tonight, man. I've been collecting data. I've been looking at the news. And man, oh man, I've been watching and learning. I'm learning too. I'm learning. I've been watching and learning and analyzing and getting ready for my attack on the deglazing. And that's what tonight's most epic show, the Grindhouse of Grindhouses. And I had to invite DJ Dub into the Gaming Grindhouse, so he'll be here later on this evening to talk his talk. Because, man, it is messy out here in these gaming streets. It is bad. It is way bad. And also too, definitely going to have a couple of rants tonight, definitely, because I got to get some things off my chest from the Gaming Grindhouse, because yeah, the hypocrisy is so crazy right now that I wanted to go live so many times. I'm like, wait, just wait till all the grinders are lined up at the doors with the fires burning and banging on those doors. And the fires are, and I sense the Grindhouse. They're like, when's he gonna go live? When? And I was like, you know what? We're gonna wait to Gaming Grindhouse Mondays for the most epic show. And I've been Crimson Glazed. Sorry, Hero Jackson. That's been the real reason. I've been Crimson Glazed. That's right. That Crimson Dragon, Crimson Desert, Crimson Dragon, Crimson everything. It's been a crimson year for me, man. Craziness. Go play the game. And now we have the Saros. So you can see these topics tonight. Grinders, hit that like button as you're coming on in here, banging on those doors all night this evening. Saros reviews are on fire. This is one of those things where we just got a couple of topics, but it is going to go wherever it goes. So you're going to be on the ride. Yo, look at this. He didn't even wait. J-Dub, what is up? How you doing?
What is good, my brother?
Yo,
what's up, grinders?
Yo, let's bring us into the showroom. I want to make sure they can hear you in there, too. So I'm going to grab you, J-Dub, coming into the Grindhouse show. There you are. Can you hear J-Dub, Grinders? Can you hear him? Give me a thumbs up. Well, if you hear the J-Dub. He's not waiting. He got to shoot those balls off because J-Dub knows. Dude, it is crazy, man. It is
crazy.
I don't even know where to begin. In typical fashion, one side is all yapping, and the other side is just quiet and goes, here's a game of the year. Boom. Well, we're done. And that's it. And that's going to be the big motif. It's just crazy. Mm-hmm. That's it. And they're like, what are they going to do? Dude, what do they have to do? They just dropped the game. And what they did was they took the criticism of the first game. They fixed it all up. And now they dropped a banger that it was for fun for reviewers as well, and still challenging. So, dude, and there's your Saros right there. So, and it comes out this evening. Was it tonight? Is it midnight?
It's tonight at 11 o'clock my time, Central Time.
Dude. That's the early access, right?
Yep.
Oh, man.
Yeah, if you buy the deluxe edition, you get to play it today.
Oh, man. All right. I got to get on that. So, yes, dude, it is. We are cooking. So yeah, just actually, let me do shout outs to everybody in here, and then we'll get into the. Oh, I'm gonna hit deluxe. Hit the like, grinders, because we are gonna go. I know J-Dub's ready. And by request, I got to show you the video, J-Dub. When I want you to come on the show, and you said you're here. Oh man, that dude. I'm sure you saw the interview. But man, dude, I'm gonna share my screen with you, and we'll do the shout out. But by request, they're like, you gotta show J-Dub the video of when he trolled Asha. I was like, okay, fine, I gotta show the video of J-Dub trolling Asha. Dude, okay, well, I'll share it in a second. Yo, hit that like button, grinders. Let me shout out as that video is loading up. We got Hero Jackson. We have Mr. Tennis. We have Byron. We have Josh Ayers in the house. Tyran Lucci says, Mod Squad, what's up? Social Joints. Just Henry Heck. Jack Knife, what's up? How you doing? Zep Mondo. Doc Zone. Liquid Data in the house. Lucci. Iconic is in the house. How you doing, man? VIPs all over the place. Hit that like button. We got specials. We got a goal up there. I'm going to give you the new Xbox, We Are Xbox Anthem could release tonight if you hit that goal for the chats. And then we will tweet Asha live here if we get our members goal. We're at 375 VIPs in the balcony. And we get up to 425. We are tweeting Asha to let her know we're doing. I think we might have an extra one. So Asha may get 2 tweets from us this evening.
Man.
Yo, man, we tweet Asha AI here. That's a goal because she listens to us. Supposedly she hears us.
We hear you.
So
we hear you.
She hears me. So there it is. So Jada, doppelganger. So let me share the screen. Yo, we did this interview a million times, dude. Asha is awkward as hell, but man, Jada, Phil, this is so. I don't know if you saw my clip here, but I seriously think that they lobotomized Phil, and they sent him out there. Like I think Satya erased him, and when he went out there, he's just like, I'm Asha's assistant. I said they gave him the total recall treatment.
Right?
They sent them the recall.
So we can look better.
There he is.
All right, guys, you never know who you run into. This man's retired like me. I'm retired from the military. He's retired from the Xbox.
That's my name. See?
Look, hold on. Assist.
Just watch and just J-Dub, just watch. I know you were there, but watch Phil's reaction, like how he's like, he's so like empty.
Now.
Assistant.
You are Asha's assistant.
That's my job.
How you enjoying retirement, man?
But she's right here. Asha's right here.
Is she right where? Oh, look, Asha's right here. So, ladies and gentlemen,
You're on video.
look, she's at it's on video. We got Madam Xbox over here. Madam Xbox, come on in. How you doing?
Xbox.
Madam.
Yo, Phil's about to lose it. J-Dub, they played you. They said that you. Lucci said, get him in here. I got to show J-Dub and put the Mario hat on, interviewing Xbox. Dude. Exclusive interview there, and they had to tell them that it was Xbox Day over there, J-Dub. So, yeah, there you go. So,
do me a favor real quick.
Yeah.
Drag me back up because I'm moving from my phone to my computer.
Okay, I'll drag you back up. I got you. There you go. Got you back up.
Right.
They said that's Timu J-Dub. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Dude, they said Timu.
Man.
Yeah, he got Phil to go Madam Xbox.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. Phil seemed lobotomized. Like he just seemed like he's like, that's my job, and he's like, Asha, he's right over there. I'm like, Phil is acting like a Looney Tune. I'm like, this isn't a top level executive.
Oh man,
he acted like a Looney Tune.
I'll be honest. Phil, seeing his fan base that loved him and sang his praises for 15 years, suddenly turn on him and it's that has a sting.
I can't, and he's still there, right? He's like her assistant. He's still there.
Well, I'll be honest. I
he
think
took
that
a
was
picture
more
of
of a PR
Kojima.
move.
He was still there when Kojima got visited.
Yeah,
I know, man. He's still walking around those halls. The ghost of Phil Ness. Shout out to D with the 5 VIPs. He got Mad Killer. Mad Killer says I wasn't even watching. He got a VIP, dude. That's how we do it here at the Gaming Grindhouse. Shout out to D. Thank you. He got Hero Down Under. Who else did he get? Hero Down Under got a VIP. No, Hero Down Under got a VIP. He's been a VIP. We got Zero Steel, Cheesehead, Mad Killer, and Night Fryer and Gray Gang in the house. Thank you so much. D with the bomb, getting the train going for the VIPs. Welcome, new VIPs. Enjoy the balcony. We're serving Caprinos and margaritas. Getting ready for Cinco de Mayo. Actually, getting ready for Cinco de Mayo. Get those margaritas in there. That's right. So before we start into the deglazing, let's get into some glazing. Yeah, so I didn't read too many of the reviews, J-Dub. I don't know how many reviews you read. Because the Saros, I liked what I saw. I know what I want to see. And, just the review is just icing on the cake. But it's sitting right now at an 88 with 102 critic reviews. An 88. They all
quick question.
Yes.
Quick question for you. Why is it when it comes to PlayStation games, there's always like 80, 90, 100 plus reviews? But when it comes to like Xbox games, Dude, it's like 5 reviews. I don't get that.
You're right.
Even multiplats. There's always like, there was like 5 people reviewing a game on Xbox. Everybody else, PlayStation.
Yeah, and you would think like with their big digital delivery and Game Pass, like they would just kind of like instantly get those games out to all reviewers and stuff. But no, it's always PC. I know Frogs, but shout out to Frogs. Man, he used to always go on that thing. He'd be like, why did 5 Xbox reviews on a multiplat? And yeah, man, it's like the same reviewers. It's like Xbox Mondo, Xbox the Ocho, the same review sites that just review on Xboxes and get that. Do you remember when what was it when they got the review? There was something where they didn't get review copies for Xbox, or they stopped. Or there was some game that they weren't getting review copies for Xbox or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, there's quite a few actually.
They skip.
I got a lot of friends that they get review codes and stuff typically from Xbox, and they just like right now they'll give them to you for PlayStation and PC.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's really been like it's been like that for a while. Like it's been like that for a while, where it is just to get the reviews out, to get the review codes, and when it's big on multiplats. Like multiplats, it's usually PC or PlayStation that dominate the reviews, even on Xbox games, even Xbox games themselves. So yeah, I don't know, man. It's just the popular, I guess, place that majority of people want to review them. Because again, if you are a publisher, you're going to send out the copy that you think is going like the most accurate.
Most people are going to get played.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's what you're going to do. Like, and it's something that a lot of fans seem to just, glaze over in the mind share, not the mind share of just the fans and stuff, but the mind share of developers and publishers. Like when they say, we don't have time to develop for the Xbox, we're not prioritizing Xbox. That is something where, people just go, oh, well, that's just lazy devs. It's like, no, man, it's the mind share.
It's the mind share.
It's the mind share. And it's games like Saros that these are the tentpole titles that that they stick in the ground and say, hey, you'll come to PlayStation for this game and you'll stay around for all the other games that are coming this year. And this is what you do. You need tentpole exclusive games that take full advantage of the hardware and of the experience that you're trying to build on your platform. And that's what Saros does. And this game, it looks crazy. It looks incredible. I know that DualSense is going to be cooking with this game. So is that sound. And I love what I see. And the fact that they're really making it a valiant effort in this to, like, when you die, that you are going to get stronger and stuff. It's going to be much more visible. It's not going to be that kind of super repetitiveness of you start with nothing and the growth is very slow, like in Returnal. Like Returnal, the thing with the Returnal was always like, when you start, you could have a good run where it's not a lot of stuff going on, or you could have one where they just destroy you in the first couple of rooms. That was the randomness of that game.
Yeah.
So, like, this game, did you read any reviews? Let's see what some of them are saying. Like, it's sitting at an 88 right now. And I think IGN was the only culprit of giving people 7s on good games this year. They gave Crimson Desert a 7. I don't know what they're smoking over there. I think Ryan McCaffrey's just zoinking up everybody. Zoink, zoink. He's zoinking up everybody over there. He's like
zoinks.
He's like, no, it's not Xbox.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see. Omelette says Saros finds a perfect balance amidst its chaos. The same game that makes your heart race will also take advantage of the slow pacing segments that tell a deep and sensible story. That's another big change from Returnal. Their story was kind of like it was cut scenes, not too much, dude. What's up, the OA? Good evening, man. And the fact that they got a lot of more cinematics in here telling the story, dude. They that's exactly why you have to say J-Dub, in the sense that Sony did not give up on the Returnal, because remember, Returnal had a very warm reception. I liked it, but at the time of release, it was definitely a different type of game. It had some issues even from the launch of the PlayStation. Remember, it had the save, like it will go to sleep, but then your PlayStation would get an update, and then you'll lose your save state, or
you'll lose your save.
So there was some launch hiccups that kind of affected that game. They made it easier over time. They added co-op. They added the tower, which I play the tower. That's pretty much all I do is go to the tower and play that on there.
Yeah.
Glassdoor Game with the 2. He goes, Xbox is back to what Satya and Amy wanted. Yeah, we'll talk about that, dude. Thank you, Glassdoor Game. Yeah, exactly. I love how they just forget like all that is, especially with the cloud stuff that came out today. Like, yeah, Satya is just like, oh yeah, Asha, do whatever you want anymore. We would just tease and fill. Like those numbers, we were okay. Yeah, I'm sure. We're just gonna look the other way for Asha. They don't, J-Dub, a lot of people do not understand, like when you have these big companies, there's a certain pathway that executive change does, and we'll talk about it, but like once we'll get into it. But thank you, Glassdoor. We'll definitely talk about that. VGC gave it 100, saying Saros' bold, confident realization of 30 years of Housemarque builds on the mystery and exceptional gameplay of Returnal. With an excellent lead performance, changes to the formula mean even more players will come and realize Housemarque is PlayStation's new secret weapon. These are some powerful reviews here.
Powerful words.
Yeah, man. Let's go down. Let's go to some of the people. Like we got the glazing up here 100. Let's go down to some of these other like 80s and stuff and see what they're saying. Yo, look at all these people that reviewed this game. I don't even know half these reviewers. GG. So I don't know who makes reviews. Yeah, GG gave it a 90. Saros refines Returnal's formula with intense combat, smart improvements, a must-play PS5 shooter, and strong Game of the Year contender. In the review, goatees. Jeff Keighley would be happy now. He has some content for his show now. You know,
right?
He knows PlayStation fans will be watching, and that's not even Wolverine later this year. Push Greg gave it a 90, 6 active, 90, 6 zero tolerance gaming, 90. Overall, Saros is fantastic. That should not be missed. Housemarque has taken what worked for them previously and made it better. More importantly, they've taken negatives from previous releases and assessed them honestly, allowing them to turn said negatives into positives. And that's kind of like why you do sequels. That's the reason why you do kind of like you don't drop a game off and just say, nah, this is not gonna, because same thing happened with Uncharted. Like the first game was much different than the second game. The second game were cooked, you know, but they learned from the first one and some of the criticism that people had and just made it that much better. Like those are the things that you want to see, and not these one-offs. Like, you know, it's something like Hi-Fi Rush where they could have took something that was that had some great charm in the beginning and said, let's blow it up for the second one. Hellblade 2, another game that Microsoft could have did something like along these lines. Listen to the criticisms of the first game and fix them and make them better. Instead, they made it worse.
Yeah, they never do, man.
They trash fingers in the house. That's why we'll get into about
Bobby Kotick. Yeah, Bobby Kotick said that. He told Satya to his face, you know, you shouldn't be in gaming. You're not a creative. You don't create anything.
Yeah, you don't create anything. They don't like that's what you make sequels. That's why you don't, because the fact that this game exists shows that they believed in Housemarque. We hear about all these cancellations and these different changes. Who knows, Jim Ryan, dirty ass Jim Ryan or whatever like that, try to make people make service games. But it seems like they definitely honed in on Housemarque, not to screw with them, not to do something outside the box. That's not, let them perfect their art. And that's what they did with this game. And now look where they are. And look what, and it's incredible. This is where you look at both, I would say, like, yeah, yes, there's some turds, definitely some turds. I say Bungie is a turd. But, and, you know, some other ones that they've acquired, Fire Sprites, and we didn't even see what's going on with half of those. But, like, you look at Insomniac and you look at Housemarque and look at what, and your Blue Point is another drop in the bucket. So there's definitely some fails, some L's, definitely from PlayStation. But one of the great things is you look at the other studios like Insomniac and Housemarque and watch how under their ownership and leadership, they actually made these studios come to like their apex, their nirvana, their highest points of production and quality. Housemarque is a perfect example of that. They were making arcade games in the PS4 generation, PS3. They were making top-down shooters. Then they started making some side scrollers, and now they made their first 3D game in Returnal, and they didn't give up on them. They said, okay, we want you to perfect this, and they did it here. And now look where Housemarque is. You know, they made some great games, but they were different types, and they kind of matured, and now they came to this level with Saros. And Yeah, and I think you got to kind of crawl before you run, and I think Returnal was an icebreaker for a lot of reviewers and a lot of showing what they can do, and they took some of those criticisms, fixed them, tweaked them, and made the game a little bit more accessible, but kept that action. And I got to tell you, Returnal for me was like an old school arcade game. Like I felt like I was in the arcades, and that's why I really like those games. They had such a different feel. Like it felt like you pop the quarter in and you get that kind of instant thrill and fun. Like you're trying to look for high scores or patterns or something like that. And I feel like that's what they're so great at, in the sense of giving you that arcade feeling at home, where you just kind of like you just pop in the quarter and you get that thrill, and you're just shooting, things are exploding, the sound is cooking, your controller's going crazy, and I really like the look of this, and I like what they've added. This thing. So let's see what else. GameSpot gave it a 90. Let's see what some of the IGN Italia gave it a 90. One of the best shooters in recent years on PS5 and beyond. Ooh, IGN Italia.
Yep.
GamePro Journey. Saros is an outstanding game for your PS5, but it requires a fair amount of patience. Much love from the roguelike game. Grinders, what do you think? Hey, put it in there. Let's see. Let's see what some of the grinders are saying. Their reviews. They say, I pre-ordered Saros because of difficulty customizations. Put that trash finger down. Saros might be game of the year, says Wild Wolf. Don Matrick will be working at PlayStation now. I don't know what Jimmy Mack was talking about. Fourth best selling game of the year, 82 Metacritic, is an L for Bungie. Oh yeah, well, I have to say. First off, I don't know, J-Dub, do you play a lot of Marathon?
I do.
Do you really like it?
Weekend.
Like, do you like it? Are they fixing it? I haven't touched it.
I do. I got a crew. I got a crew
cool.
that I run with. It's for me. It's not everybody's into extraction shooters, and I get it. I think there's some people into COD. There's some people into some other type of game, and this is for those who are into extraction shooters. What I don't want or I don't like is when people try to take a genre of game and apply it across the board. And it's like, dude, there's nothing you can change in that game that's going to get everybody to participate in it. The same thing happened with Arc Raiders, right? Same thing.
Yeah.
You should, people that are not into extraction shooters, I'm a huge Escape from Tarkov guy. And so I'm used to extraction shooters. And so that's kind of like my cup of tea. So, but that's me coming from, hey, this is my genre that I like. And so, but for everybody else, there's a COD or a Battlefield or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it didn't, like, I played the beta. I played like the open beta thing. I didn't like it at first. I think they did an update where there was more interaction and more combat and stuff. And I kind of got the feeling of it, but it just didn't gel with me, so I didn't buy it. I haven't played it. Again, I love the combat. I love what Bungie does. I wish they just make a PvP with vehicles akin to Halo, and just make, if they want to do it in the Destiny universe, do it, but just do like Halo multiplayer the right way with their shooting and their vehicles and things like that. I would love it. Again, Destiny, I wasn't a grinder in Destiny. I did not grind Destiny. I played the campaign. I did a couple of raids one night, which was great, but that was about it. I could not shoot the same enemy thousands of times all night long. As for the Marathon, I think the gunplay is great, but I think the look of it, for me, it didn't appeal to me too much. Like, I felt everything looked a little too clean for, and I know everything's 3D printed and stuff like that. That's why it looks like that. But yeah, just the look and the atmosphere, I just couldn't get into it. I lean more into Arc Raiders, that was pretty cool. But I do like I like in Marathon, I like the drops, that the weapons are just there, so it's almost like a Borderlands-esque type loot system, which I like that better than I get a bunch of tin cans and then I got to go craft something. So I did like that part of their loot system, in the sense of, like, it's the color loots where you could kind of see what is better than the other one, and also, like, you didn't have to craft everything. You could do mods and stuff like that to your guns, which I thought was a little more Borderlands-esque, which I like that kind of loot system. But again, I just didn't. And then what happened? Crimson Desert dropped, and I was done, cooked.
Yeah.
J-Dub, like I'm lost in that world. I don't even know what I that game. I see. I get jealous when I see people discover stuff, and I'm like, why didn't I find that? And I don't know. What,
it's such a that's such a huge game.
I love it.
It's such a huge game.
I freaking love that game.
But you know what's crazy? As much as I like the game, I had to drop it for now because again, you can lose a whole weekend in that game and just not doing missions, just side content. Just it's so games like that. It's like, yeah, that's my summer game. I wish that game would have dropped in the summer because they typically don't drop any games in the summer.
Desert?
So that's that. Yeah. So that's that period of time that it really could have stretched his legs and I would have been able to. But man, you drop Crimson Desert and then you're going to turn around and drop Pragmata and then Saros. It's like, Jesus, man. It's so much. And so I just had to set it to the side, man.
Yeah, Pragmata. Yeah. Oh my God. I played the demo and I'm like, I gotta buy this, but not right now. I gotta do this, and then I gotta get Saros.
Yeah, just wait, man.
I'm waiting Pragmata. Because that's awesome, that game. Yeah. That's another one that feels like a game. Like, do that shooting with the puzzle, that is so cool. I love the risk reward of that. That is such a creative way. But yeah, I know. It's April was crazy for the month, and it's just going to get worse, like, in a good way, in the sense that, like, there's going to be just so many games, and my thing is I just buy them all and then sort them out later, like what I'm in the mood for. Like, I always like this kind of virtual arcade where I just turn on my PlayStation and go. But recently I haven't had a game take over every single breath of my, like, even when I'm on my Portal, like, I just want to do Crimson Desert, and you're right, it's not even like I want to do stories. I just want to, like, just find stuff. Like, it's just crazy. There's so much stuff. And yeah, it is like the ultimate open world. And it's gonna be very interesting to see how GTA, which I'm sure they will, push the envelope of open worlds, because I didn't think we would see this type of variety in open world game until GTA 6. Yeah. And I can't believe we're gonna get two of them this year. Like,
exactly.
I can't believe it. Like, we're gonna get your medieval steampunk game, and you're gonna get a city GTA, and your open world fetishes and pause and all this stuff is just gonna be taken care of. Like, it is and Xbox had the nerve to drop friggin' loading screen fiasco Todd Howard Starfield next to Crimson Desert. Dude, you see that mountain? Yeah, I could go to that mountain on a dragon, bitch.
Exactly.
And I could climb that mountain. Like, please, like, Todd Howard, it shows that your engine, go get something new, do something new, because, dude, Crimson Desert just showed you what open world games can do. And Elder Scrolls is one of my favorites. And, dude, if you bring Elder Scrolls out with that Starfield experience, then you could keep that. But they had the nerve to drop that thing down. But yet again, Microsoft and them are just ill opportunists. Like, they do not know the right time to do stuff, and they're like, yeah, now's the time for Starfield. It's like, dude, you're like 6 years too late. Like,
exactly,
dropping that shit now. Like, Crimson Desert just exposed for what open world games are, and in Starfield with all those loading screens, there's no excuse. There was no excuse for it before with No Man's Sky. There was no excuse for it.
That's true.
But yeah, I really and let me ask you something. So, like, just going back to Saros, do you feel that? Did you think that Saros was going to get these high scores, or did you think it was going to meet the Returnal fate where there's no easy mode for like they were going to kind of make it's just Returnal with a different skin? Did you think it was going to get this high?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Listen, when it comes to Sony first party games, my expectation for them are through the roof. I don't do I think it's gonna get an 80, or I think I always shoot for the stars. Yeah, my expectations are always through the roof. I don't want to be like the Xbox guys. Aim low and hope it beats your expectation. No, I expect it. It's a first party studio. I expect them to do a great game.
Yeah.
The Returnal got an 86 Metacritic. It was so. I mean, why would I expect anything less than that, right? And another thing, how Xbox dudes like to say, "Oh, it's Xbox tax and stuff like that." It's not an Xbox tax. It's really a PlayStation tax, because Sony's GOTY games, there's only like 2 games of Sony that can beat that 90 Metacritic. It's a couple games that can punch above, because you got the IGNs of the world, right? You got the Kotakus and the other people of the world, that it doesn't matter what Sony put out, they're going to give it a 3 out of 5, 5 out of 5, 6 out of 5. That's just what it is, and you have to be okay with that. And so we have to be okay. We know Ghost of Yotai should have been a 92, 93 Metacritic game. We know other games should be, it's just, I was actually
Yotei, I think, should have got a little bit higher, definitely, overall.
I was actually surprised Spider-Man 2 got a 90. It was just, the only games that can really punch is above that, it seems to be Sony Santa Monica games and Naughty Dog games.
Naughty Dog. Yeah.
Other than that, but then you see some of these mediocre games get 93, 94 Metacritic scores, and it's like, it is what it is.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
It's
but
just
reviews.
It's not the be all and end all with the
I predicted on the other shows. I said it should. It's probably going to get around a 90, 91, 92. And so I was kind of spot on. It was there for a couple of days, but I mean, you got 100 and some reviews,
105.
Right?
Yeah.
So the more reviews you have, then and it is what it is. It's a must-have game.
Yep.
It's using PSSR too, and everybody's going gaga for it. I got 3 hours before I can be able to play it, and so I'm gonna play it, man.
And you know what's so incredible about it too is like that they really did, like, in fact, this is where we'll get into this stuff later on, but it's like games for impact. Like, if this game was like, it's an 85, 81, fun with friends, and you look at it, it's like, it's some people love it, some people hate it, some people don't like it. It has like this weird score. But that FOMO, that urgency is not there to go get the game. I'll wait, especially with so much competition. But what's crazy is that this is what Sony needed to do to kind of say, hey, you got Pragmata, you have Resident Evil 5, you have Crimson Desert out there, you have Arc Raiders that just got updated and stuff like that. Like, you got so much competition going on out there and upcoming. Yeah. You need to drop bangers in order to stand out. Otherwise, your game is going to get lost. And and the fact that they got this out there and think about the year they're going to have with this Marvel Token, which played the beta, that game is going to be absolutely insane. Yeah. And then you got Wolverine pulling up later this year. Like, there you go. Like, games for impact. It's like, you don't need 20 games of mediocrity. You just drop bangers, like J-Dub says. And, and on top of that, with the PS5 Pro getting the PSSR 2 and all the enhancements that are coming with that, that's the reason why first party does this. And I am sure you're not going to get, because I remember when even Returnal launched, there was some new console blues with like the resolution of her face and stuff in the mirror, and I remember the reflection, remember that? And like, it took over time where they add some updates, did some graphical updates to the game over time, but like, you're not going to have that. This game's going to come in and it is going to be fire on day one with the PS5 Pro there, right? And J-Dub says, on what is it? What is the PS5 Pro? The world. What is the world's most powerful console?
World's most powerful console.
There you go, dude. That was echoing in my head when I thought that. I was like thinking. I was like, I thought that everybody wants to play all their games on the world's most powerful console, because that's what J-Dub says all the time. So I was like,
they do. Hey, those dudes, man, they hate me. But listen, they're the ones that, they hyped up the power, and the world's most powerful X, Y, and Z. And it's like, for 2 generations and 2.5 generations in a row, where is all that power, man? Where is, like, then you got the, I'm not even going to talk, I'm pretty sure we're going to talk about the PS5 Pro with the path tracing.
Oh yeah, that's the next one. I'll show that next. That's the one with the path tracing. Yeah. Then here's the JS tweet. All the exclusivity talk, and it's like playing games on the world's most powerful console. There you go, J-Dub. I was like, all this exclusivity talk. Why would people want to take all their multiple Xbox games off the world's most powerful console? I don't get it.
Yeah.
dude. But yeah, it has this path tracing. So this is another thing that, again, has the demo that they showed. EA ran a PS5 Pro ran tech demo on F1. And you see my screen, right, J-Dub? So like, yeah. So you see
I'm watching. Yeah,
good.
Yeah.
At during GDC. Oh wow, they were actually talking about games at GDC, not about
right.
Project My Ass. All this stuff.
Logo changes, logos.
Yeah, so the YouTubers went to the Xbox Project Helix ball washing fest, and all the other game developers actually went to see what they could take advantage of the Pro. Shout out to Super Henry with the 5. He goes, I don't have time right now for Saros, but I'm Battlefield 6, but mostly he's crimson glazed. Yo, Liquidated is crimson glazed, dude. Yo, that's all I gotta say, man. Liquidated, me and him, we get glazed on the same games, Battlefield 6 and Crimson Glazed. That's right, we are Crimson Glazed.
Crimson Glazed.
That's all I've been, man. I think this is the most streamed game I've ever done. Every night I'm just like, Wall Crimson Desert, just streaming it. So it says the first ever showcase of path tracing on consoles. The demo ran at 1080p 30, upscaled to 4K via PSSR. Do you care about path tracing? So the thing is yes, it's not running at 60 frames, but again, when you enable all these tracings, your performance goes down too. But the fact that I don't think people ever thought you would get path tracing. I remember they didn't say it when they were talking about the 5000 series cards. Everybody's like, oh, path tracing and stuff like that. Oh, this is advanced. And the fact that the Pro was demoed using it. So here's your ray tracing on, and then there's your path tracing on the PS5 Pro. They don't know if it's gonna. I don't know if it's gonna come out like that, but they demoed it to show that the Pro is capable of doing this.
And keep in mind, from what I understand, that's without the PSSR 2.
Yeah, because it just says PSSR 1.
Yeah. Digital Foundry said they wonder what PSSR 2 would they be able to lower the resolution or whatever, because it's and get it to 60 or let's say 40 with VRR and stuff like that. So
yeah, here they are right here. Let's see what they said.
Now keep in mind, Formula One 2025 runs at 8K 60. I have an 8K TV.
Yes, you do have an 8K TV. Yes.
Yeah.
You play GTA on it. You said not Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo, it's also another 8K 60 game. So
yeah, let's see what Digital Foundry had to say.
And we found something that I think, Alex, it's quite extraordinary, isn't it?
Yeah, it's hidden away. The golden nugget was at the very end of the presentation when going over performance numbers. And he specifically references the RX 9070 XT as being surprisingly okay at the path tracing, like roughly 30 hertz at 4K FSR3 quality mode. And then he cues up a video of path tracing running on the PlayStation 5 Pro. You heard me right. PS5 Pro running F1 with path tracing. And
amazing.
There's although he does thank Mark Cerny at the end of the presentation. So I don't know. I kind of think this could be somewhere in the future personally. But this is fantastic.
It's kind of like being one of these things where you look at what the requirement is in the current generation for running, really good high fidelity path tracing, and you kind of think, well, maybe it's not going to happen for the next generation consoles. But then you sort of see the direction of travel, the amount of optimization that's going on, the changes being made, the focus on it. I think that's quite an interesting thing. The fact that EA Codemasters are seriously considering this and actually coming up with working implementations for PS5 Pro, no less. I think it's really, really exciting stuff. And
what's interesting too, J-Dub, is like typically racing games, if in the past, like racing games always seem to be the ones that demo that kind of future tech or tech early on, because there's not a lot of trees, animation. Like they always use like 60. They always try to use racing games to kind of show. I remember ray tracing with cars and stuff like that. Like they always use cars to show ray tracing. A lot of times, like they always like to implement that stuff on racing games, and the fact that they're able to, to get path tracing even to run on the PS5 Pro, it is impressive. And if you remember, Phil said that the Series X was their mid-gen refresh. So
Yep.
take it what you want, but it just shows the reason why. And I think we know all the people that screamed from the rooftops when the Pro launched, who is this for? Well, just get a PC. The Pro, and we knew, just give it some time. You know, Cerny talked about it, and they don't mess around. Like, Sony knows hardware. They don't mess around. They don't sit there and talk gaming Gandalf style about all this crap and Hovis methods and vapor chamber out my ass and all this other stuff, and then nothing comes about of it. When Mark Cerny speaks, dude, Dana Carvey, he knows what the hell he's talking about. And he knows what he's talking about. I remember when he did the whole checkerboard rendering, and he was like introducing upscaling for the first time on a console of like this checkerboard rendering where it's not going to utilize this huge, powerful GPU, instead just enough that will get the image to look sharper with checkerboard rendering and demoing Spider-Man. And look what happened. He was on the breakaway, the pathway to, what do we do now? DLSS and FSR and all this other stuff. But checkerboard rendering was like, back then, was that the idea. Yes, it wasn't using AI and all this other stuff, but it was the idea of upscaling with like, you know, making stuff look there. And now all we do is upscalers and frame gens now. So, and he alluded to that frame gen is something that they may incorporate, like they did PSSR 2. The next version may include some frame generation, which that's where you see your 30 frames here. You add some frame gen to that, and now, yes, that's the world that we live in, where, you know, you got all your bells and whistles turned on, and then there you add some frame gen, get that up to 45, 60, and now you're playing great without, you know, you may have latency and stuff, but, you know, that's the trade-off that you could do. Native not to talk anymore, right, J-Dub? They don't talk about native anymore. Right? Nobody talks native.
Nah, they don't. Yep. It's no sense.
There's no native 4K anymore. Incredible. Yep. It's 1440p with up 230 frames per minute. Anyway, what's impressive is that the Pro is able to do this, and it will be a great transitional console. And, you know, he thought those, you know, Social Joins thought this was real for a second. Yeah, dude, this is they demoed it on the PS5 Pro, and you know, and we're also seeing too with the PS5 Pro not only PSSR, but we're also seeing exclusive modes for the PS5 Pro that the other consoles, even the PS5, is not getting. So, and I'm sure that we'll see that with GTA as well. You know, and that's another thing. You have exclusive modes just for the Pro. You know, and Microsoft's talking about their next console is going to be some PC hybrid thing, and it's like, why PC? Nobody answered that question. And PlayStation's here cooking on a closed system, and there you go. And that's the reason why consoles exist, because they are closed platforms that have a configuration, and they could squeeze more juice out of them because there's not Windows trying to load up Copilot in the background. It's basically a gaming device built for games. It's a dedicated machine. It's not a PC with game mode. It is a console that is built from the ground up with everything for the developer to target to make game optimization ideal. It is the perfect world for gaming. That's what the console is. Yes, PC could do it with brute force and all that other stuff, but you need all that overhead to offset all the loading horseshit that Windows and whatever does. Linux helps with that, but Windows, just like, you need that overhead. I need a 5090 to offset all the horseshit that loads up on Windows and all the side stuff I gotta have installed and running in the background that I can't shut off. Otherwise, my CPU, my whole thing comes crashing down. That's why you have a gaming dedicated device that they could do this, and this is what you see, and that's why the Pro exists. So, you know, and look at that. It looks awesome. I know you love racing games, so you probably love this.
Oh man, that's right up my alley.
Dude, I remember when you shared the video of, what was it, the motorcycle game with MotoGP?
Yeah, MotoGP. Yep.
Oh, dude, that game looks crazy too. MotoGP, that looks insane. You know, but yeah, look at the difference with ray tracing on and ray tracing off. Like, you know, it's great visually in a still shot. Like, you could see the difference, but, you know, and path tracing is definitely much more intensive than ray tracing, I guess. But it's a type of ray tracing that it makes it. And again, I'm not super technical with the path tracing, but I know that it does like a more bouncing effect. Is that what it does? What does it
Yeah,
do?
it's better for lighting. Again, we're not the digital foundries, but
Yeah.
they go gaga for it. I know that Alex Battaglia, whatever, he goes gaga for it. And I'll be honest, and this I'm just very transparent. I bought Pragmata on Steam and I bought it on the Pro. Before I bought it on the Pro, I bought it on Steam because they talked about Path Trace, and I played it, looked good. Then I bought it on the Pro, played it, and I'm like, I'm not seeing a night and day difference in this. I'm gonna get my money back from Steam. So I got my money back from Steam, and I just, kept it on my PlayStation, and
Yeah.
and so again, it's to each his own.
And every game implements it differently. Yeah.
Exactly. It's all up to the developer. It's all about, and there's plus and minuses to everything, and on my PC, I got a 5090.
Ooh.
Plus and minuses to everything. But for some people that have like the 5070s or the 40 series or whatever, they can do path tracing, but it's a huge performance hit.
Yeah. Thank you,
So
OA.
if it's a huge performance, you have to ask yourself, okay, the reason with this path tracing, they have to use obviously all the upscaling stuff, all the full advantage. You take the full advantage of DLSS, and I'm like, and now we have a console that costs $699 at launch. I don't care how much it costs now, but it's a $699 console, right?
Yeah.
And so if that thing is able to do path tracing, even though they didn't promise it at launch, they didn't, but just that shows you the power difference between the regular systems and that. And I remember a lot of people say, oh, well, the Pro is really, it's a waste of time. It's really not doing anything and yada, yada, yada. And now you're seeing a thing punch above its weight where, shit, with a little bit more tweaking and stuff like EA was saying, a little bit more tweaking, it can actually be viable, especially with PSSR 2.
Yeah.
Now, Jez, imagine when PSSR 3 or version 4 come out
with frame
for
gen
the PS6.
or something like that. Yeah.
Exactly, with frame gen and all the other stuff that's going to happen with the PS6. Now, and I know the PC guys, they're going to want to scream and yell and pout and scream, but that gap between consoles and PC is getting smaller and smaller. So you have to say, you can build a $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 PC, but shit, we're still talking about a $699 console. Even at $900, even at $899. Shit, the fact that it has potential to do path tracing and to do the stuff that it's doing, it's very impressive. I'm very impressed.
And I'm telling you, even with that PSSR 2, like I have noticed, I went back, played The Last of Us. I'm checking out these games again, and it is crazy. And what's crazy is last Wednesday, I was just waiting for Crimson Desert to do a 32 gigabyte update, and I booted up Last of Us Part 2, the remaster, and it got me so excited for Intergalactic. I'm like, this game looks absolutely insane on the Pro. It looks surreal. The animations, the clarity in the gameplay, like it looks absolutely incredible. I cannot imagine what they're going to do from the bottom ground up with the PS5, because that was a PS4 game, end of generation, that they remastered and stuff like that. Now building from the ground up on a PS5 for and having the Pro available to them. Intergalactic's going to be something from another world. Actually, they gives you marketing right there. But like it's incredible how much that PSSR 2 just made everything super sharp, super clear, and it runs great with the Crimson Desert. And again, I know with all those like PS5 Pros are scam guys missing in action. Otaku says, dude, who's this for? And all this stuff. Please, there you go. Like never. I'm sorry. Like. You want to call it, the King Ponyism? You do not doubt Mark Cerny. I'm sorry. That man is the only guy that he could talk. He'll put you to sleep. I don't know what the hell he's talking about, but whatever he's saying is going to happen, because that guy is not a PR. He is not He is not a salesman, man. He is a nerd. He knows what he's doing, and he just basically tells you what it is. That's it. You can take it or leave it. What it is. He'll put you to sleep. Mark Cerny's sleeper talk. He put you to sleep there. But that dude he came through so many times. Even I remember about the SSD and the upgrade. SSD, about that. We're going to make sure that we're going to get the Gen 5s in there because we don't want you to, or Gen 4s. We don't want you to use Gen 3s like the Xbox was charging on those little memory card sticks that's still overpriced to this day. Yeah. He said, we're going to wait for a Gen 4 to come out because that's what's going to take advantage. And then on top of that, now you can even get faster SSD in the PS5 that's faster than the internal memory because they waited. Remember, everybody was going up their ass, going you don't have the SSD. We got these little memory chips that are $400 for like a 512 gigabytes. And he's like, just wait for the SSD. And he waited and you waited and boom, the market dropped. And guess what? They were so cheap to put them in there. I got 4 terabyte in mine before those prices went up, but still it made you get better RAM, more reliable SSD. For those hard drives, for the PlayStation. And again, he said, just wait. And he explained the reasoning why. It wasn't a marketing tactic. It wasn't that they were behind in development. He's like, we're waiting for the Gen 4 SSDs to come out because that's what the PS5 will work best with and is optimized with. That's basically what it is. And dude's not been wrong. Checkerboard rendering in the PS4. We don't want to go for brute force and charge you more money. We're going to give you $400 and keep the price down, but give you that performance that you're looking for and the clarity with checkerboard rendering. He was right because Microsoft came out with an Xbox One X that was priced more money, and they had to brute force it, and not a lot of games took advantage of it unless for Red Dead Redemption. That was about it. That really took advantage of the 4K capabilities of brute forcing a 6 teraflop console. So, don't Mark Cerny when he talks, man, and he said exactly about PSSR too, and he said exactly about PSSR, like we are going to give you, the fidelity and the performance together, so you don't have to choose one or the other. Of do I want a high fidelity image with low frame rate, or do I want a high performance with low fidelity? I'm going to get you right in the middle, the peanut butter and jelly, the banana and fluff, the banana and peanut butters. I'm going to do that, where you could have pro mode, which takes advantage of the fidelity and also of performance. And dude's been right. And we're seeing it more and more. And then he's like, and next year I'm going to have I hit the mic, the PSS SR2. And that is going to even do more sharpness and be even better. He was right. He said it again. He told you exactly when it's coming out. Project Amethyst. And you got to listen to what he's saying with AMD. It seems that they are in the business of custom chips or working on technology that AMD is trying to implement in their cards to have an advantage over NVIDIA or to meet up with NVIDIA. And they are using the PlayStation and Mark Cerny as a kind of exploration ground to test out the tech that they want to implement in their next FSR and their next chips. And that's exactly what Mark Cerny said. He's like, they are, we're working closely with them to work on their future tech on our PlayStation, Project Amethyst and stuff before they start rolling it into their things. Like they're testing it basically on the PlayStation. And so, dude, the Pro's cooking. I know I can't say go get a Pro now, but J-Dub said, $900. Yeah, it's up there. It wasn't not $7. But, trade in your PlayStation and see if you get your money. But, man, the Pro is definitely worth it. And, and it's going to continue to be worth it as we go into the next couple of years and transitioning. Plus, your trade-in value of it will be a lot better, when you trade in. Nobody's going to want an OG PlayStation when a PS6 comes out. So, think about, they call that Moochonomics. Shout out to Mooch. That's Moochonomics there. I'm going to end this poll right here, and I am sure the Grindhouse is Saros glazed Dude, are you getting Saros? 77 votes, my football number. There you go. Yes, 83%. No, 17%. I know those are Xbox watches, 17%. Nah, anyway, I don't know who they are. But don't worry about it. 83% said they're going to buy it. And Glassdoor Gaming comes in with the 2 Canadian, and he says they told Gaming Gandalf to run AI chat for Asha. Oh, shit, yo. Gaming Gandalf.
Man.
Yo, you want to hear something before we get into the tech talk, man? Yo, J-Dub, we're talking tech right now. Hold on, I'm gonna play this, and I want you grinders to see this. Hit that like button now. We just finished the appetizer. Now we're gonna ready to cook, man. The steak is now on. We're gonna cook the steak to medium well right now. We'll look at first, and we're gonna start with this. Gaming Gandalf. Let's watch his interview with Paris talking about the Xbox Series X.
So the way that it works is that when you switch away from a game, what we're actually able to do is we're able to save the virtual machine state to the SSD. And that's why, to your point, your quick resume states persist for a long period of time. You can even unplug the console and your quick resume state will actually persist as well. We've had people that have unplugged their console for a couple days or even a couple weeks on end. And when they come back, they're able to instantly resume. And you can also persist your quick resume states through system updates as well. So what we've really designed it for is to get the player into the fun as quickly as possible. Even with all these improvements in load times and all these improvements in CPU performance, our goal is really to get you into the fun as quickly as possible. And I think Quick Resume is a great example of things that we can do at the platform level with this new hardware, with this new software infrastructure that we have. And then obviously developers themselves can also take full advantage of it as well.
Which they didn't. And that was a feature that Asha came in and turned off. And they cheered for her. They cheered for her. Dude, remember this game? They're showing this game. Remember this game? What was this indie game that was like an hour long, a half hour long? They're showing it right now. Remember this one? This shooting game?
Now,
remember that one? I forgot what that name was. Grinders. Who?
I remember that.
Yeah, remember this one that was showing like the graphics of the Series X? What game was this? Series X. It was like 50 minutes.
I don't ask this.
Yeah.
Kill me. I already know
those dudes hyped that up to the T.
Dude, they hyped that thing up to the T. The game was like, I think it was like 45-minute game.
Yeah.
Gaming again though. Hey, wait, he got more. Let's hear more about it. This is why you believe Mark Cerny.
Extremely quiet because once again, like I said before, we want the hardware to fade into the background and just really deliver a new level of performance that you've never seen before, and just really keep you immersed in the gaming universes that you love.
Fantastic. Now, Xbox Series S. I want to talk about this a little more directly because I want to talk about just the overall design between the X and the S. So it really dawned on me when you guys released the spec sheet for both consoles. So the S and the X, for all intents and purposes, have the same exact CPU in it, correct?
Yes, it's the exact same architecture, and they're basically the exact same performance.
Right.
Another one. Like zoinks.
Yo, you heard that, J-Dub? The Series X and the S are the same exact performance in the CPU.
Yep.
Oh, yep. Man, it gets better.
And this is based on its AMD RDNA 2, if I'm remembering correctly. But I bring up that point because there's obviously been some concern out there about the S potentially holding back games on Xbox. But the way I've tried to simplify it, maybe you can confirm this for me. I look at the Series X as this is my 4K device that can do 60 frames per second. Some games are going to be able to go up to 120 frames per second. And the S.
I can't keep a fucking straight face. I can't keep a straight face. He talking 60 and 120. Dude, they had Hellblade 2 stuff.
I know, man. Yo, Starfield.
Yo, I can't believe it.
All those 30 frames a second games.
J-Dub, Next Gen had it since day one. It's a sickness. Mm-hmm. He said, dude, this guy talking, it's 60. Yo, I got to continue. I could not. I had to burst out loud laughing for this thing. Keep it going. You know where he's going with this.
Is my 1440p 1080p.
Oh, wait a second. Wait. Now I ruined it. Dude, he said he says, oh my God. He says the Series S is the 4K box. And your Series S is the 1440p. Yo, let him say it. Yo, this is not like this.
that can do 60 frames per second. Some games are going to be able to go up to 120 frames per second. And the S is my 1440p 1080p console that can do 60 frames per second, 120 frames per second on the same games. The S, while not having the same level of ray tracing, will have some ray tracing elements in it similar to the X. But for all intents and purposes, it really comes down to what resolution do I want to play my games at? If I want to play at 4K, I get the X. If I want to play at 1440p or 1080p, I get the S.
First off, why is Paris telling Gaming Gandalf, who built the console, what the console is going to feature?
I know, right?
Like, that should all came from Gaming Gandalf. Like, he should have said, they're the ones marketing this thing. Why would he... it's going to have ray tracing? What? The S is going to have ray tracing? Why are you feeding him the answer so he could be just like, yeah. Like,
and this is why those guys cannot be they can never be subjective about something.
Like,
because they're too far gone. What you just heard is him trying to sell the console, and the guy is like, damn, this guy's good.
Dude,
he's saying stuff I didn't even say. Yeah.
I was going to say, yeah. Like, you just explained the marketing pitch. Like, it sounds like like, he should be telling you that. You were interviewing him who created this. What is the key? They're seeing what devs can do on the system. Why are you telling them it's the 1440p box with ray tracing? Egg on your face.
But you just said the key thing there, Jazz, is that Paris and the rest of those guys, they sold the Xbox, not the actual creator of it.
Exactly. Let him talk. And they're doing the same thing with Project Helix.
And they're doing it all over again.
That's why I bring it up, because it's exactly the same thing. Like, let me explain it to you. Who are you? Are you making a game for it? Or you sat in the same meeting where this guy told you nothing and you were just making your own sales pitch for the community? Like, you're doing it again. Like, let him tell you what the purpose is. Let's see what he has to say. I'm sure he elaborates. He probably goes, yeah.
That's exactly right. And that's
that's exactly right. He says, dude, yo, he it's exactly, you didn't make the guy work at all. That's exactly right.
Exactly how we designed the consoles. So you're spot on. You know, our performance target for the series.
How is Paris spot on when Paris is not even building the Gaming Gandalf is the one who's making it? Why Paris spot on? How does he understand? Is he in the room with you? Did he help you with the chip? Is he talking to devs and the devs are like, hey, this is the 14? Because guess what? Everything that Paris said was wrong. The S is not the 1440p box. It does not have ray tracing. That's where I mean, like, who comes up with this stuff and says, oh, yeah, the S is just a junior version of the X. That's what it was. And he's like, and then he introduced that whole thing with, what I'm hearing is, and what there's confusion in the community about, is why the S could hold back the X. But let me tell you, Microsoft, why it's not going to happen. It's like, what, dude? Like,
and it all blew up in their face, and it ended up,
And you could, he didn't like. It's not your opinion. I understand. If you want it, hey, dude, that's you. But when you are speaking for them, let them sell it to us, the customer. And then if you believe in the product, you could promote it all you want. But when you are giving them all they got to say is yes, sir. When you are not in the room building it, dude, we're doing it again with the Helix. Oh, let me tell you, it's really a console. How do you know it's really a console? Well, it's a hybrid. How do you know? That's what they told us. Are you making a game for it? Do you have a dev kit? No, dev kit's not out next year. How do you know? Because the same thing happened with the ROG Ally. And you glazing bastards touched that thing and still came back with the lies. Like, let me explain what the ROG is to you. It's really a full screen experience that takes away Windows. It's like, no, it doesn't. So you touched it. Use your advantage to be a little more transparent with the viewers. Like, why? And again, the whole point is, why is there always concern, confusion with the Xbox community? Those are you new 3 C's. Confusion, miscommunication. We don't know. Like, why is there? Oh, they're always. But you ask them, everything is fine, J-Dub. Everything's fine. It's fine. What do you mean? There's nothing wrong here. But then it always needs a fixing. There's always concern. There's always this confusion. Well, don't you think there's always confusion? Is because Microsoft can't market for shit. Because they don't market what's important, the games. They talk about all this other horse shit that they don't know because their games should be taking full advantage of what Gaming Gandalf and him are talking about. And what's crazy is their games were dropping at 30 frames. They were coming out at 30 frames, no ray tracing in Starfield, no 30 frames in Hellblade 2. They're sending out Forza Horizon 6 just last month, 30 frames locked. This dude was talking 60 and 120 back in 2020. We're in 2026, the sixth Forza Horizon, and they're sending out the 30 frame per second locked on the Series X, most powerful console, with no path tracing, no ray tracing on it either. And Tokyo looks flat as can be because that's fidelity mode. So let's continue. I just want to continue just a little bit more of like, this is Gaming Gandalf talking about it because they are doing the same exact thing. And you'll hear that's the motif of tonight's show. We're doing it all over again. Xbox Matrix.
X was 4K at 60 frames a second with support for up to 120 frames a second. And our design target for the Xbox Series S was 1440p at 60 frames a second with support for up to 120 frames a second. But the reality is all the...
Whoa, J-Dub. Did he just say the target for the Series S was 1440p 60 frames a second?
Yep.
At 60 frames a second with support for up to 120 frames a second. But the reality is...
Wait a second, Gaming
Gandalf.
That's
exactly right. And that's exactly how we designed the consoles. So you're spot on. You know, our performance target for the Series X was 4K at 60 frames a second.
4K 60.
With support for up to 120 frames a second. And our design target for the Xbox Series S was 1440p at 60 frames a second with support for up to 120 frames a second.
I don't hear any 30 frames per second at all with 80 of these consoles, and all their first-party games came out at 30 frames. Redfall, Starfield, Hellblade 2. The Medium, their launch game that they had, came out at 30 frames, and they're like, oh, it's because it's split screen. Dude talking 60 and 120. Yo. And they'll blame the devs. Oh, the devs. No, dude, it's your tool. You know, if I'd say build a house, and then it's like, well, it's up to the devs to build the house, and I'm the one that's supplying the tools, and I give you a goddamn rubber hammer and a toy chainsaw. And it's like, well, it's your fault you can't build a house. I just gave you but you gave me a goddamn toy chainsaw and a rubber hammer. What am I supposed to do with this? Well, dude, it's the developer's your problem. You build a house. I just give the tools. Dude, you gave them shit. You gave them rubbers. Pause, Phil. You said, oh, we're targeting. You gave them rubbers. You gave them nothing. You gave them rubbers with holes. Pause, Phil. God damn.
I don't know.
They gave rubbers with holes on them. That's what they gave you. They said, oh, yeah, we're targeting. Yo, you pull that number out your Gaming Gandalf hat. Like, he's like, I command a 1440p 60 frames. Like, dude, what are you smoking? You must be smoking that friggin' wizard juice.
But the reality is all the internal components that are really critically important for developers are the exact same between the two consoles. So the CPU performance is nearly identical. The Xbox Velocity architecture is the exact same between the Series S and the Series X. Even our dedicated audio hardware block is the exact same between Series S and Series X. And then all those next-gen capabilities that we've talked about, things like DirectX ray tracing, mesh shaders, variable rate shading, HDMI 2.1, all of those are the exact same between the two consoles, because as a developer, you want to know that you have those exact same capabilities on both consoles. And then developers already have really good tools and really good capabilities to scale up and down on things like resolution, or if they choose to enable or disable different graphics effects, that's completely within the developer's control. But the things that are more difficult for developers to scale, things like CPU performance or differences in I/O, we made those identical so the developers could guarantee that they're going to be able to deliver that. And I think you can already look at some of the games that you've played as well. You know, things like Gears 5 with 120 frames a second multiplayer. It works the exact same on both Xbox Series X and Series S. And just recently, the coalition released some information, and even they said, like, visually, even at a reduced resolution, the Xbox Series S version looks and plays better than what you can play on Xbox One X. And that just really speaks to how Xbox Series S is a true next-generation console, just targeting a lower resolution and at a much more accessible price point.
Dude, and I can't. That video is for another day. But I just want to give you a little, just a tip. Pause. Another one. My goodness, it's a wild night tonight. I just had to give you just a little bit of that because just to kind of show you that this person, the people that are still the problem, are still there. Booty, Gaming Gandalf, they're all still there. So when this man now tells you more about Project Helix, we could come back to this video again 5 years ago and hear about all the horse shit he was saying. It's the exact same thing. Ray tracing, old Matrix, blow it out your ass. And using old games. Oh, look, we did 120 in the old gen game. Like, oh, look at my PS4 running on a PS5. Look at my 1X game running on a Series X. Look, we did it. Yeah. And I remember they used to do that. Oh, look, who said the Series S can't do 120? Dude, it's doing 120 on last gen games. Let's see what it do it on new gen. And look what happened. You had to wait them out a couple of years. Guess what, J-Dub? New games came out. The S is not even getting, it never got ray tracing. It has 30 frames per second modes. They don't even give them 60 frames anymore on the S. On games nowadays. Like Crimson Desert doesn't even hit 60 frames on a thing. They were saying 120 for that thing. And they were talking about it has ray tracing. Dude, how many games they put ray tracing? They always skip that console for ray tracing. And what's crazy is that the Xbox got the same missing trees and grass and all the shit that the Series S got. So I think we saw exactly that it wasn't the same. And it was up to Microsoft to ensure that the tools were there for developers to make it as close as possible, and they didn't. Where was Gaming Gandalf as the future of next gen helping developers with those Xbox Ninjas? Two dudes with one tooth. Guys? Yeah, that's who they sent over there. They had overalls on with no shirts on. Two dudes, one tooth. And they go in over there, the Xbox Ninjas. They couldn't help these devs get the tools. Again, they gave them rubber hammers. But this is now, we're doing it all again. Because the Grindhouse never forgets. So, let me get AK2 Sensible with a VIP bomb. He came in there with a 10 VIPs. He got a bunch. He got a Keen. He got Mr. Grim Holomoko Smitty. I got up my things now. Oh, baby. You coming in the air cooking. You got the train going. Ride that choo-choo. Ride that choo-choo. We got 390 members. Holy crap, that balcony shaking right now. That balcony shaking. Thank you so much, AK, man. Nick says he was too busy getting his wizard robe dry cleaned. Yo, man, it is absolutely insane. So the reason why I gave you a little warm up to the history there, J-Dub, is because Asha sent a memo out to her team last week with the phrase that we are Xbox. There were rumors that she's getting rid of Microsoft Gaming and they're just referring to Xbox, which I thought was very interesting because if you keep going to her LinkedIn or going to her stuff, it's still Microsoft Gaming. So Satya didn't make that announcement. He didn't change her title. And if you listen to her clarity, which there was a deglazing interview from what's his name? What's his name? That other guy. Actually, it was a good interview because he called her out on some stuff, all the stuff that she's doing, because everybody was just glazing her stuff. Stephen Totillo. Yeah. And he actually did a really good interview and pressing her on some questions. But one of the first things that they said was that they're getting rid of Microsoft Gaming, and it's really Xbox. It's all come back to Xbox, and all this other stuff. And again, all talk. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And let me show you where she says here. She says, so they're basically the Microsoft gaming thing. I don't know if they changed her title. It didn't look like they changed her title. But basically, she was saying here that the mentality is Xbox first, Xbox. And you know what, J-Dub? Let me ask you this question here. Because I don't think anybody has asked this question. Return to Xbox. Well, let me ask you, and I'll ask the grinders. What is Xbox? I can say return to Xbox. I want you to tell me, what is Xbox?
I mean, I was told for the last couple of years, everything was an Xbox. My TV, my cell phone.
Did that change? Because what is
Nobody's told me
Xbox?
it's
Did they
changed.
pull it off the TVs? Did they pull it off Steam?
Nope.
Then what is
Nope.
Xbox then? What is Xbox? Back to Xbox. Not back to Xbox console. What is, it's back to, return to Xbox. What is Xbox? Nobody answers that. I don't know. What is it? Grinded. What is Xbox? Because what is it? I can tell you what the fans think it is. What they want it to be. But what is Xbox? Return to Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? It's still everything. And even in her terms, it's still PC. It's still the console. It's still cloud. So in terms, return to Xbox is the same thing that everything is in Xbox. Because Xbox did not change.
Yeah.
What, like, if she came in saying return to Xbox and she says, you know what? I want cloud off of everything that's not an official device. I want everything out of Steam. I want everything off of PlayStation. We're not doing any of that stuff. I want everything on our console and on Windows Store. Now that is a return to Xbox because that's your ecosystem. That's your store. But you didn't do any of that. The only thing you did was take away Call of Duty, which is hilarious because Call of Duty was a thing that all they talked about for the last 3 years, and Phil Spencer in a suit for $80 billion. So tell me, that was your news for 3 years. It wasn't like a month. It wasn't a week. 2.5 years talking about the legalities. I want to know where Florian's ass is, that dirty bastard. Florian, where he? Mr. This is great for gaming. Oh, everybody great for gaming. What happened? The best for Call of Duty. Call of Duty needs this. Needs what? They're back to where they began. And Xbox is $80 billion in the hole. What changed? And then rumors, J-Dub, did you hear this? Call of Duty got pulled out. Pause. She did the pull-out game. Pulled out Call of Duty. Dropped the price $7. But then alluded to possibly another add-on. Maybe Call of Duty's an add-on. Hear this. What happens if she took out Call of Duty and she made it down $7? But then if you want to add Call of Duty to your packages, it's $10 more a month, maybe $15. She just now charged you more money for adding Call of Duty than you just having Call of Duty in there for $30.
Yeah.
And that sounds exactly what they're going to do. You think they're not
exactly?
I think they're going to offer Call of Duty as a premium add-on. Get ready. You used to cable TV. That's exactly how they're going to run Game Pass. That's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to make it a la carte. They're going to do triple play your ass. And they're going to tell you, you want Call of Duty and Game Pass? Well, first, day one games are not included for $15 a month. If you want day one games, it's a $10 upgrade. Then we'll have day one games with the $15 a month. So that's $25 a month. So day one in that is $25. And then if you want to add Call of Duty to that service, you can now pay another $10 a month. So for $35 a month now, you could get Call of Duty, day one games, and the basic Xbox. And now you're paying $35 a month. But they could say that's an option. You don't have to do that. Our Game Pass prices start as low as $15 a month. Yep. You decided to add those upgrades. And that's exactly what they're going to do. They're gonna Comcast that shit. Triple play that shit. And maybe if you bundle more shit, you'll get a discount. Well, I don't want a Fortnite crew pack. All right, well, you could take it out, but it's more money. Well, why? Well, with Fortnite crew pack, you get a bundle discount, a 10% off all your services. But if you take Fortnite crew pack out because you don't want it, well, then you don't get that 10% discount and all your services go up. So it's more money to do a la carte than just if you bundle it all. That's exactly what they're going to do. And it's going to be confusing as shit, and it's not going to work because gamers don't want to be bothered with that shit. That's cable TV business, and that's exactly what they're going to do. That's what she says, more options. You see, they just did that thing with Discord. What did they do? Oh, it's a basic pack of 40 games and it doesn't need Xbox Live, but you get these games. But you get multiplayer games, but no Xbox Live. Online multiplayer not included for Discord. So I guess you're telling me to play it on PC, right? Because on PC, I could play Gears 5 online with Game Pass Lite. But on console, I can't play Gears 5 or 4 online or 4, whatever one you're giving me in the pack, because I need online to play. And it goes to what their focus is. Their focus is to get you to play games from the Windows Store. That's her job. She actually said it. See her quote here? Watch this. Where is it? Right here. She said it in right here. She said her primary job, and I've been calling it exactly what her job is. Look at this. Look at this quote. Where is it? Let me share my screen. Hit that like button, grinders. It's cooking season. Asha Sharma, quote, "My top priority is to focus on what we can control. Designing an exceptional console for playing excellent games, including your PC games. I can only tell you that development kits will be available next year. We're working flat out and we still have a lot to do and learn. We're very excited about Project Helix and the early feedback we're receiving. Designing a console to play excellent games, including your PC games." Asha, well, a PC games is not a return to Xbox. What are you talking about? How's that your top priority? I thought your top priority was the console fans. Who's asking for PC games? Still, just like how you can't define what an Xbox is, nobody's asking the question, well, who wants PC in their next console? These guys, Bleeding Green, can't wait to go to FanFest and chat it up with you and get signatures. They've been screaming for PC games on their console. They just want great first-party games from you. They're not screaming for Steam games. All they wanted to do was to flex PlayStation games on Steam. That's all they wanted to do. They don't care about anything else on Steam. And how are you going to regulate all those crazy games that are on Steam, the nudity games and all that stuff on my family console? You're going to have protection on that stuff? Where those are you protecting us against Steam and all that other stuff? Are you protecting us against viruses from Windows? Like, who wants PC gaming in their console? Is that what they yelled at you? Is that what they told you, Asha? Because you came in here and it assumes your PC games. Who? They're the same games. You give me Gears 5. It's the same game that's on Windows Store, Gears 5. You're not putting different games on PC that you don't get on console. You are giving me the same games. For Xbox, your PC games are my console games. There's nothing on PC that's yours that I don't have from your console. So who wants PC? Who? J-Dub, do you know who? Who wants it? Anybody? Nobody asked that question, right? She keeps dropping it about your PC. But this is a return to Xbox, though. I don't know. J-Dub's stunned. But I don't know. Does anybody can answer that? King says his PlayStation is his Xbox. Halo going to PlayStation, Caitlin said. Xbox trash finger gone wrong. But it's a choice, Wild Wolf. Right? That's right. Dev kits don't exist. It's a PC. Listen. This is all talk. And what's very interesting, let's go just through her memo. on the thing here. Let's go. What the hell is all this? I tell you, all these clowns too, making money on this stupid thing. Oh, her memo is protected. Like, come on, dude. This is, and what's hilarious is that this memo was an internal email memo of guidance to her Xbox employees. That's what that was. This was not a message to Bootleg Jez. This was not a message to Xbox fans worldwide. This was an email of her 60-day update to her Xbox employees. Okay? An internal email. Because she's been there, like executive. And JW, you can confirm when you jump on, he's on mute. But when you have a big high-level executive show up, right? When you have a big high-level executive, they got the transition plan. So she had 30 days. She had to identify what her goals are. She did it on day one, right? Came in. Then 60 days, she's assessed everything. She got tour of the studios. She went to games developers. She's been hearing the quick, and she tried to get some quick W's in those 60 days. What are our quick wins? All right, well, we could give them more colors on their dashboard. Oh, wow, that's wonderful. We could take away quick resume. Oh, wow, okay, good. Let's do that. Quick wins. They're complaining about Call of Duty. Well, we're going to change this Game Pass thing because $30 is too much. We got to keep them happy. Let's take Call of Duty out. We're gonna mess around with the we'll add it on later. It's like a $10 upgrade. But for now, we'll give them the $7 and we'll still make $3 more than what they were paying last year. Quick wins. So then when I make the 60-day statement of where we are, then I'm able to do this. So if this was an internal message to her Xbox staff, because you got to remember, they got a new boss. Hit that like button, grinders. They had Phil Spencer for all these years. If you got a new boss at your job tomorrow, shaking in your boots. I know if I got a new boss, I'll be like, oh, okay, let's see how do they roll? What's their in and outs? I'm going to get adjusted. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I might leave. I might look for another job. She's coming out there saying, hey, guys, no. I'm the new guy. I'm going to fix some stuff. I'm listening to you. So she sent this email. This message was sent to Xbox employees globally. Microsoft, Azure Security. The CEO sent this to their Xbox employees. Are you an Xbox employee? Zamondo, you work for Xbox. JW, you work for Xbox. Outside Gaming Night, you work for Xbox. Don, you guys are employees? Because how did you see the memo? This email was sent to Xbox, Team Xbox. You Team Xbox? You work for Microsoft? Anybody get a Microsoft paycheck in here? Hit the like button. Hit the dislike button if you got a Microsoft paycheck. Anybody? Hello? Who's a Microsoft employee? Who leaked this to me so I could see this? Who forwarded the email outside of their Microsoft.com email and sent it to my Gmail account? That I'm able to see this. Did anybody break policy and forwarded an internal corporate message from Microsoft.com and forwarded that thing with the cybersecurity risks and sent it to a Gmail account so we're reading this today? Anybody? Because I know if I send anything to Gmail, the cyber team is on my ass. And Microsoft is like, yeah, it's forwarded to outside of Microsoft.com. But what's even worse is that they put it on their own website. What are we doing here? They leaked their own internal email on their Xbox News. This is a message. It says it right there. Where's security? Security. Microsoft is what's going on? Here it comes. shit. Matt and Asha. What did they do? Oops. I included everybody in the world on this one. Sorry, Booty. Sorry, Booty. Yo, Asha, you just blind copied the world. That was an internal email. Why did you send it to the world? Sorry, I said blindcopy@world.com. Dude, you smell the bullshit? Because I smell the bullshit. An internal message to Xbox employees. Why are we seeing it, and why is it shared by Asha on the wire? This was a message to her employees. If I was an employee, I would be like, I've been here for 20 years. You can't just send me a friggin' email, and as me, you got to use it as a PR stunt? So was this a PR stunt or a sincere call to arms for her Xbox employees? They leaked their own stuff, Russell. This is their own website. They're the ones who leaked it. It's so funny is that they gave it to like Tom Warren at first, so he put it behind his friggin' Notepad subscription. He made sure he got glazed under the table. Bootleg Jez tried to jump on that shit. And then after they got their little scrubs, they got a couple of little dollars here and there from putting it behind a paywall, then Microsoft decides to just put it on their own website. Was this a PR stunt, or was this a sincere message to our team at Xbox that we want to be better? Because I know if I was on the other end of We Are Xbox, I'll be like, Asha, why the hell isn't on Xbox Wire? Was this a message for our team to do better? Listen, why is it a PR stunt? It says right there, this message was just sent. Dude, they didn't even wait to leak this shit. Just sent to Team Xbox employees globally. I never seen a corporate company leak their own shit on their own website. This was an internal message. This wasn't to we the fans. This was we Xbox employees who we pay. Don't quit because we're still in this. That's what this was. We are leaking our own shit. Glinza, you believe this? Member of 10 months, VIP grind. He goes, We Are Xbox. So wax. Okay. You get paid by Xbox and Microsoft, and she's telling you We Are Xbox. So just be mindful of who the audience was. This is Asha's Xbox team. Dear team. She didn't say dear fans. She didn't say dear the world. She said dear team, and then proceeded to publish this and leak it herself on their own website. Incredible. Xbox has always been different. What? First off, Asha, where were you? Where were you, Asha?
It's in the name. Yeah, it's the Xbox.
Asha, Xbox has always been different. What? Xbox has been the same thing. It wanted to be PlayStation and Nintendo. That's how Xbox was here. It did the same thing that Nintendo and PlayStation were doing. Why has it always been different? It's never been different. It's always been like, let's copy what they're doing so we could take shit away. I don't know how different it is. Anyway, we started with a simple idea. Games should be... We start with a simple idea. Games should bring people together through shared experiences. That led to the first Xbox in 2001. All right, so Asha, let me tell you something, a little story here. Xbox Live in 2002. Yeah, so shared experiences didn't start until 2002. So Xbox launched without online multiplayer. All right, so yeah. Anyway, I guess she's talking about split screen, maybe. I don't know. Xbox reaches over 5. Now here it is. From friends list to achievements. Today, Xbox reaches over 5 million players around the world, and some of the most important franchises in entertainment. Wow, sounds like we're great. So why do we have work to do? Spirit has carried us through 25 years. We have, so wait a second, if 5 million players around the world, Xbox is reaching 5 million players, are you telling me 500 million players are frustrated? Dude, that sounds like a big F and fail.
Oh no! We suck again!
That sounds like a lot of frustrated people. 500 million players around the world, and the first sentence about those players is that they are frustrated. Oh, sounds like a W right there. New feature drops on console have been less frequent. So adding colors and removing quick resume and adding a new animation to the diamond achievement is something that it was a necessary thing. Our presence on PC isn't strong enough. Shocking, since you've been doing PC since 2017, almost 10 years, a decade, and you're still not strong enough. Pricing is getting harder. Developers and publishers are asking for more, better tools, better insight. The way Gaming Gandalf was talking in 2020, the tools were there, devs were there. Console remains. Then here she goes. At the same time, a new generation of players is coming online with different expectations. Their time is split across games, media, and everything else competing for our attention. They expect more content in familiar places, want to shape the worlds they play in, and want to create, socialize together, not just play together. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that sounds like little Timmy playing on McDonald's with the fry oil powering the Wi-Fi. So Asha saying the same thing, same, yet different, yet still the same. These changes are happening as the industry reshapes around us. Consoles remain large and stable. Xbox has been minus 30%, 40%, losing for the last 3 years. But they're stable. Asha doesn't know. I'm telling you, she does not know. Windows represents more players and more hours. Players have access to more games than ever, blah, 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 blah. Industry is global. More than half of the market's revenue, plays, and growth are happening outside of our markets. The model that got us here won't be the same that takes us forward. So, Xbox will be where the world plays, she says. Xbox will be where the world plays and creates. We build a global platform that connects players and everywhere. Console is the foundation. It's amazing how console's the foundation, but Asha, go walk into Target. Go, even better, why don't you go to Europe and go see where Xbox consoles are? And tell me it's the foundation when people can't even goddamn buy one. Again, Asha doesn't know. Grind has put in the chat. Asha does not know. She don't know. I think J-Dub dropped off. J-Dub's like, let him cook. Oh shit, where'd J-Dub go? J-Dub mute. Must be doing something. Don't J-Dub jump in whatever you want. I'm just covering the memo that was leaked. Exclusive news. Hit the like button. Exclusive. You can play where you want with the games and progress and identity across console, PC, mobile, and cloud. Oh man. Well, Asha's saying the same thing that Phil and Sarah said. I don't see a difference. Do you see a difference, John Wayne? Asha doesn't know. Do you see a difference? You can play where you want. Your game's progress, friends, and identity will stay across console, PC, mobile, and cloud. Is that a return to Xbox? Because that sounds exactly what Phil and Sarah Bond was saying. They said it ad nauseum. Xbox will be built to be affordable. Did she drop the price of the console? Nope. Personal and open. Open. The whole purpose of a console is that it's closed. But again, she don't say console open. She says Xbox. So again, I ask, what is an Xbox? What is she talking about? Xbox will be affordable, personal, and open. Is she talking about the Series X? Is she talking about a cell phone that could tap into Game Pass? What is she talking about? What is Xbox? I think you need to define what is Xbox before we go into saying what Xbox will be. And she didn't. What is Xbox? Because what are you talking about? Are you saying you're dropping the price? Cloud? It could be anything. We offer flexible pricing, so it's easy. We will offer flexible pricing, so it's easily to get started and keep playing. Grinders. Here we go, Xbox Matrix. Put Xbox Matrix in the chat. Didn't Xbox have a payment program where you could get buy an Xbox with 2 years of Game Pass for the low price of like $27.99, and then after 18 months, you could upgrade your Xbox for a low cost of $27 monthly cost, and it included Game Pass, 2 years of Game Pass? That sounded pretty flexible pricing to me. We did this already. What do you mean we will? We did. We did this already, Asha. We did the Xbox payment plans. All access. Thank you, Josh Ayers. Xbox All Access. What do you mean we will? We will offer flexible pricing. You did. It happened already, Asha. Again, Asha doesn't know. Asha doesn't know. Asha doesn't know. The Grindhouse knows. And I don't know how Xbox fans who live through all this stuff are sitting here going, hell, look, you don't even need to go far. It's right here on the Xbox Wire. Even have an old-ass IP on there. Xbox All Access. Up front, no, this sounds like published in 2018. Asha, where were you? What do you mean we will offer flexible pricing? It's right here. While supplies last. For 24 months, you get an Xbox One X, an Xbox One S. You could upgrade to the Series S. Look at this. You get no upfront cost, the low price. Look at all this stuff. Somebody update the webpage, please. Jesus, Xbox. How's this page still here talking about old-ass consoles? For $34.99. Dude, you've been doing it since Xbox One. Asha. Asha doesn't know. Maybe I'll tweet this at her. Asha doesn't know. I guess we were Xbox in 2018 too. But she says we will offer flexible pricing. So it's easy to get started. Asha, they were doing this already. Again. Makes no sense to me. Our new North Star will be daily active players. Well, that seems tough when you have a very low install base on console if that's a return to Xbox. I guess you're counting other people. Because you're not counting the console that keeps dwindling and you can't find it. You can't even buy it. They're like, you go look globally, they're you can't even get them. You may be able to find some overstock from holidays. Hardware. Here's her plan. The 60-day plan. Stabilize Gen 9 as a healthy, high-quality base. And Grinders, that's exactly what she's doing. With those quick W's, what did I tell you? I said the Xbox right now, what Asha's doing is putting them in a holding pattern. Stabilize. We cannot have Xbox fans go into PlayStation. We can't have them go into other devices and stuff. We got to stabilize Gen 9. We got to keep these fanboys locked in. So I'm going to give them a new logo. I'm going to glaze their asses up at FanFest. Pretend like we give a shit about them because we want to stabilize them while we get ready to pull the rug from them when we tell them Helix is a friggin' PC. And it's the same thing. That's why we sent out the Helix shirts to all our friends so that they, when we're ready to pull the rug out, they can make sure that they keep them glazed in and locked in. Because it's very interesting the word she uses is stabilize Gen 9. How are you stabilizing it when it keeps losing and hemorrhaging? You got to keep them locked in. Let's give them a new logo. Let's get them to FanFest. Let's them sign asses. That's what she's doing. That's why she's doing the quick W's, because she wants to keep them locked in, because she needs them to move into next bullet point. Deliver Project Helix to lead in performance and play your console and PC games. That is her job. Exactly, Dent. Give her hanger-on some more hope. They're loving that new logo. Dude, stupid asses. Clint just came out, bombed in reviews. I got a review copy, by the way. Maybe I'll play it. Bombed in reviews the day that she's like, we're bringing back the Xbox. Double Fine under Microsoft, which was announced on stage, released Clin to a dismal reception the day that she says it's about great games. And maybe instead of giving people a stupid green logo, maybe you should give them more games. Like, hey, Booty, this is disastrous. Is it the devs' friends and family plan? This is the game you had Aaron Greenberg dress up like a fucking Pottery Barn for marketing. Dude, they dressed him up as Ori, then they dressed him up as Mrs. Potts from fucking Beauty and the Beast. Aaron Greenberg jumping around in goddamn a Pottery Barn shit. For this? For these numbers? Aaron Greenberg running around like goddamn Mrs. Potts? Like, what are we doing here? Dude, this is the friends and family playing this poor game. This is the same day this game came out, and it came out on PlayStation. The same friggin' day. And her first line is great games. Asha doesn't know. Asha, did you realize you're releasing a game to this fanfare? You gave out review copies. Goddamn Paris was making goddamn penis molds over there and friggin' with the Pottery Barn with his PR. Do you remember? He was over at the pottery place. Everybody was making goddamn friggin' penis bowls. Pause. Aaron Greenberg just up like fucking Miss Potts, then jumping around for this? For these numbers? Asha got great games posted on Xbox. Like, dude, the same day. Talk about optics. Like, really? I didn't play the game, but gee, look at those numbers. I'm like, yo, who's playing this? And they got the PR, man. Aaron Green, like, wait a second. Like, listen, I'm not talking out my ass. Look at this. It's not even like they're like, hey, yo, they didn't care. It was a small game. Dude, they didn't care. It was a small game. Look at what they did. And again, I don't want to trash on a game without playing it, but you got to see the PR. J-Dub says we'll do it. There he's back. Yeah, J-Dub back. He smelt the horse shit that was coming out of here. Dude, they said that Aaron Greenberg would have friggin' making pottery molds.
Yeah.
Let me go, like, that game was like, that's the same day Asha got great games to this shit.
Yep.
Yo, where's Aaron Greenberg with his crazy ass?
It's always embarrassing, bro. It's always embarrassing.
Because it's never about the games. Like, if she could sit there and do a 5-point page of like how we're gonna win and all this other shit, and meanwhile games are dropping and they're just like, there's a whole roadmap and shit. Like, look, they got roadmap. Like, this game wasn't forgotten by Xbox. They tried. Look, they got a roadmap for this game. Like, you know, launch week. Yo, they got 50 people playing it.
Yep.
Look, and they try. Yeah, a 67 on Metacritic, 5 reviews. How the hell does Saros get 105 reviews first party game, but Clin gets 5? 5. Look.
Jesus.
Look.
Well, another thing. Why is it, right? Like, this game came out on the 23rd. Why there's only 5 reviews? Like, Xbox reviews are always like single digit.
Look, the 6 reviews. Dude, they sent out Paris out there. He was doing, do you remember that? He was making molds and stuff like that. Where is his video? Look at all this.
Jesus. Jeez.
Dude, they did not stop like marketing this game, dude. Like, they were marketing it. And this is what I mean. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad game. I did not play it yet, and I will play it. But my God, the glazing was on for it, and, you know, glaze, no pun intended, for pottery.
I'll see it. It's a bad game.
Yeah, well, Asha says it's great games. This is the menu. Like, look, who's this guy? Who's Tiggy? UK-based content creator. Look at this. A UK-based content creator. Dude, they paid the money. Did it help? 50 people playing the game. Like, they sent out content creators to go play with pottery. Yeah. This was not we're just going to let this thing out. Nobody know about it. Dude, they've been pushing this game.
Yep.
I don't know, doing that. And Paris even went. I remember Paris did a whole video. It was like, where is he? He did a whole video. He's like, I'm here at the pottery place. He was doing it too. Of course they sent him. They sent him to Japan. They sent him to play potteries.
Yep.
Where is he? But they sent influencers out here doing this stuff. Like, see? I don't understand why they waste time with influencers. Do they really think? I think they need to change their marketing. Stop having creators make a pottery and just play the friggin' game. I think it came out in beta too. Oh shit! Oh, they got Kids Smooth. They're pointing at 60s. But anyway, the whole point is Asha put out this whole statement when that game released. And if you couldn't get a better, what's wrong with Xbox, there it is. It's always been about all this horse shit about what we're going to do, what we want to do, about new players, and the market's changing. It's like, shut up. Focus on the game. Stop worrying about the PR and who's playing with Pottery Barn shit. Just make great games for people to play. And that's what I mean. We just talked about Saros. There was no message to PlayStation this is what we need to do. When they got rid of Concord, there was no goddamn 6-step plan to fix PlayStation. They said, Astrobot, bitch. We're going to fix bad games with good games. We're going to fix out our mistakes with good games, with great games. We don't need to have We Are PlayStation. We just send out Saros, and the world tells us this is PlayStation. We don't need to self-proclaim who we are, because our quality defines, or our content defines who we are. As it should, JW says. As it should.
As it should.
Exactly. As it should. I remember Phil used to have the quote, I'm not defined about who I am, but what I do. He sucked at everything he did, but that was the statement. It's not who Asha is. It's not what she says. It's what she does and what she's going to do. And again, build an ecosystem. All this stuff. Before I continue with this stuff, I had this thought. J-Dub, if it's now I have you here because I want to put this thought out here. Let's do an analogy here. If you don't know anything about, if you do know about cooking, then then pretend you don't. Grinders, go along with me with this thing. If you are put in charge of a new restaurant and you never went to culinary school, maybe you did some business school, something like that, but you really don't know what ovens and flambeing and all the food ingredients and recipes. You don't have anything. All you know is some business, MBA stuff. And they say, you, J-Dub, are in charge of this restaurant. We are not producing, we're having issues, almost like Restaurant Rescue. But you go in there with no restaurant knowledge. You go into the kitchen and the kitchen's like, hey, J-Dub, we need a new oven. It takes forever to get French fries out of here. What are you going to respond to as the new boss that you got to change this thing? What are you going to say? But you don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
How would you respond to them? Hey, we need a new fry machine. We need a new oven. Well, it takes forever to do this. That's why we're not making enough food for the front. And you, as a new manager, this is your job now. You've been hired here. You have to fix the kitchen. What are you going to start doing?
Yeah, start looking at the data.
No, not exactly. You're gonna start looking at the data, and you're gonna start making promises like, "Oh yeah, we'll get a new fry machine for you.
I got you. Yeah, I got you. I'll take care of it.
I'll take care of it." And then when you come to me,
stand by.
Yeah, stand by. I'm learning. Oh, so the new fries. That's how you do it. Okay. Okay, we'll fix that. We'll get you a new fry machine. And then when you go and say, okay, let's get a new fry machine. I'm going to make my promises here. We'll get you a new fry machine. We're going to get you new ovens. Oh, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. And then when you come down to it, you look at the data, and guess what happens? We have no money for a new fry machine. That's why they don't have one. We don't have any customers in the last month. An oven, that's the only oven we can afford right now. The oven stays broken.
Yep.
So she's doing exactly that. She doesn't know. That's right, the liquid data, exactly. She doesn't know. But she's willing this, like, this is what I want to do. Like, how can you stabilize the hardware when data shows the hardware is free falling? How are you stabilizing Gen 9 unless I don't know what your plan is? Grow and extend our content portfolio of franchises players love. Your team canceled Perfect Dark. Your team shut down Hi-Fi Rush. Like, what are you doing? What franchises that players love? What are you making Banjo-Kazooie? Is that what you're doing? Like, or do you not know? You just want to do that. Evolve third-party partnerships. How will you do that with a shriveling up install base? How are you going to take it off of PlayStation? Hey, you know what? We want this exclusive. All right, Asha, that's a great promise. Go ahead. Go get, why don't you go get Pragmata exclusive? Capcom coming in at 70% of our sales is PlayStation. You're going to pay for that? Oh, I guess we can't do that promise. Oops. You know, go take GTA off PlayStation. Good. Third-party deals. Tomb Raider was a great deal. Good. Try to get Tomb Raider again. Well, the PlayStation sells 60-70% of our install base. Microsoft, you're going to pay for that? Asha, we want it back. We want third-party exclusives. We want games taken away from PlayStation. Asha, do it. Hear you. And then when she goes and says, oh, you know what? They want some exclusives. Is it okay? Yeah. $10 million because we're going to lose sales for not putting it on PlayStation. Yeah, guys, looked at the data. Yeah, that's not happening. Expand into China. Well, what, consoles? Nope. And then here, maintain and grow in live games. We talk ad nauseum about the live service push and how it is detrimental. She has it right here, grow in live games. Not grow in exclusive games, not grow into premium first-party games, to maintain and grow live games and long-term stewardship. Isn't that the thing that everybody hates? Isn't that the thing that they say the ponies don't like, the service games? Nobody wants service games. She has a whole ass bullet point about making service games. No one batted an eye. Instead, they glazing over an Xbox logo. What happened to we don't want service games? Sony sucks because they made service games. Microsoft has a whole goddamn bullet point. We're making service games.
Jez, that was the old them. This is the new them, the new improved them.
This is the new improved one. And then there we go.
This is the new improved.
J-Dub, the housefly that doesn't die. Asha got the Phil Spencer playbook. Having to throw out the same old ass, bitch ass games. Minecraft, Elder Scrolls, and Sea of Thieves. Holy shit. If I haven't heard about these games, make some fucking new games, please. I am sick of hearing whenever they talk about Vision to throw the same games in their bullet points.
Mm-hmm.
Like Minecraft, like Elder Scroll, like Sea of Thieves. Shut up. Go make something new. Stop talking about old-ass games. Sea of Thieves came out in 2017. Blow it out your ass. It is almost 10 years old. Minecraft, you bought that shit in 2015. Make something new. Holy shit, why? Don't you think, Asha, it's a problem that you're referring to games that came out over a decade ago as something to elevate creator-centric platforms? Why don't you make something new instead of talking about 10-year-old goddamn games? Isn't that... if I walked into a job and they go, okay, well, I want to make some really good creative games that we had. What's some examples I could use? 10 years ago, there were a few games that came out 10 years ago, about a decade ago, over that. You mean we didn't do anything in the last 45 years? No. They're 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I would be like, whoa, that's a problem. Why haven't we created anything new? People making content for 10 years. Yeah, that's what they do. Well, we haven't made something new from our group. Like, we're still talking about, yeah, that's it. Same goal in old ass games.
Yep.
Creator-centric platforms. Sea of Thieves is not a creator-centric platform. People craft in that game. People build stuff. No. Do they mean creator in streaming? I don't know. Fix the fundamentals for players and partners. Make Xbox the best place for developers and creators to build and grow. Is that any different? That sound like a drastic change? Overhaul discovery, customization, and social personalization to connect the community. You mean like FanFest? Fortify Game Pass with differentiation and sustainable economics. Oh, so Game Pass is not sustainable. Everybody told us it was fine last year. I guess they need to sustain it. Return to business to durable growth. Make cloud play feel native fast. Use M&A deliberately to accelerate growth through organic plans. And then not a bullet point, and maybe why it's PR. Along the way, we will reevaluate our approach to exclusivity, windowing, and AI, and share more as we learn and decide. J-Dub, don't you think it's funny that everybody stopped reading after exclusivity?
Yep.
But here at the Grindhouse, I go, what the... How did AI get into that thing? Reevaluate our approach to AI. Who asking? Somebody asking for that? Just like we're asking for PC in our next console. Who's asking for AI? And why do they need to reevaluate their approach? Is there something wrong with it, or something they want to do? What are you learning about? Nobody wants AI. Are you talking about game development? See, that's why it's like, who's this message for? It's for her internal people. Why would her internal people care about exclusivity and windowing? Your team Xbox, why does it matter to you about exclusivity? That sounds like that sounds like a business arm.
Exactly.
Why would my Xbox employees who are working on dashboards and the Xbox thing worry about exclusivity? Like, they told you they don't want to be exclusive. All these devs come out and they don't look sad. They look at, this is the moment we all been waiting for, putting our game on PlayStation. So what needs to be reevaluated? The company enjoys it. These devs wear PlayStation shirts. These devs sit there and the PlayStation version is not even ready, and they're hyping it up with Janky Jones and friends. The devs have spoken. What's his name? Todd Howard. When he put Starfield on PlayStation 5, he goes, finally, I've been wanting to do this forever. Your internal staff don't want exclusivity. They want their games to flourish on platforms where games sell. So, what is the reevaluation of exclusivity? Are you going to tell them to stop making games on where games sell, Asha? Are you going against what the developers want? Who is that for? And why would they care?
Exactly.
Are we? Did J-Dub, did Asha walk in there with a hammer and she's knocking down frosted glass?
Nope.
No, she's knocking. She's like, break the walls down. She's doing just Chris Jericho style, and she's just going in there smashing broken frosted glass.
I mean, basically all she's saying is, I hear you. Well, I think Game Pass is too expensive. So what I'm gonna do is take the biggest game, the reason you had to buy Game Pass. I want to remove that and lower the price
and charge you external for it.
Yeah, and they just,
that's gonna be hilarious.
And they go gaga for it. Oh, Asha, thank you. You hear us?
Yo.
And all these guys, bootlick, and it's
dude,
like Jesus.
It was insane, dude. They are taking that Xbox logo, oh my, and they are just like goo goo gaga over a logo. Meanwhile, I just pointed out the game that just dropped, and they're like, they're trying to make, oh look, they're begging Asha today to make it as a dashboard background, an animated dashboard, and she goes working on it. Listen, Xbox fans, why are you giving her easy shit? Why are you giving? And what's hilarious is that if exclusives are in there, why are we waiting to June to talk about exclusivity? She says here, we will share more, learn, and decide. We are Xbox. And there you go, the leaked email. So I have to ask these questions now, because now she got interviewed by our good friend over at Steve Totillo, who does not glaze the news. And he pushed her on these questions. And where's Totillo's thing? Right here. Totillo's, he interviewed her. And it's behind a paywall, as everything else. Is it? No. It's free for all. I don't does it end somewhere? No, we're good. So he, with this, so he now called her out. Now, you hear how confident she is in the Xbox Wire article to her team. But now somebody outside is questioning this. First off, I don't even know, right? Why this even was a PR thing. But now this is what you do. You play with the bull, you get the horns. You wanted to make this a PR statement? Well, I'm glad that he did this. What does it all mean? So he goes here. Shama told me to grow the subscription business, you need more players who love the subscription and are staying longer and are happy. She said that the price reduction, removing Call of Duty, we think that this is a decision that will give us 3 of those. Making people happy. We've been thinking about Game Pass in 2 steps. One is just make sure it's affordable, which we addressed. $7 is not, it's still more money than what they were paying before. It used to be 10, then 15, then 20. So I guess she thinks job's done. She's like, she put lipstick on the pig and going, I'm a genius. Took $7 off and took a game away.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Jay, and took a game away too. It's not like she just dropped the price and said, keep everything you got. She's like, no, we're going to take the biggest game we own and drop it $7. So she thinks she won there. The second is, what does value look like 8 years later? After the advent of Game Pass and the world changing around us and next generation coming online. So we're exploring a number of different things. Well, obviously, you know that Xbox Live Online Play is going to be a big question mark, especially if the Helix is a PC. So definitely she has some stuff to talk about of how Game Pass has evolved, because Xbox Live is not a thing if it's a PC. And that's a problem for them, because if they don't have online multiplayer, they know that they're going to lose a lot of money if people are not going to, because people usually subscribe to play online, the base ones, right? They don't care about the library of games, especially the day one games are so, you're talking about $10 versus $25 a month.
Yeah.
So a lot of people just saying, give it to me, 5, games online, I'm good, I'm cool. But that jump is a big jump. So what are you going to do when you're like, okay, well, the starter pack, 50 Game Pass games for Discord Nitro. So now we're just throwing Game Pass with Discord. When that pissed off a lot of people. So she's saying we're trying to make people happy because they thought that Discord Nitro was going to be included in Xbox Ultimate. Instead, it was you sign up for Discord Nitro and you get this basic starter pack of Game Pass titles with no online.
Small perk.
So the people are like, that's not what I wanted. I wanted more value to the most expensive tier, Ultimate. Nitro should be an Ultimate. Mm-hmm. So she did a miss on there. Strengthen the 5-year slate. Yo, this is where I know they're in trouble. Booty told me meant building on some fundamentals for Xbox games and studios. Quote, predictable cadence, robust roadmap, and aim for quality. That was Booty. You know what that sounded like? 3 of these. That's what that sounded like to me. Predictable cadence. Dude, you delayed all your shit predictable. We don't even know when Fable's coming out. Autumn sometime. That's predictable. And may get delayed again. Booty's delayed games left and right under his watch. Now Booty's talking about the 5-year slate. She goes, now he goes, I pressed him on it. Now he pressed Booty. I love when they press him. Listen to their responses. This is why they don't do these kind of interviews. He says, I pressed him on whether Microsoft, which had recently seemed to solve its gaming drought problem, was aiming to improve game quality and create more bona fide Game of the Year contenders. Holy shit on me. Phil.
Indie's the best Xbox exclusive in years, and specifically in 3 years.
Zoinks. Wow. I remember when they asked Phil about quality games in 2018, and now Booty gets the same question. Tell me that's not a problem. Man, I got that Phil Spencer quote sitting right here from that dude from wherever the hell, Fortune Magazine, the one interview that he'll never do again. Where he told Phil about quality games. And what did Phil say? I always kept it here because I knew. Here it is.
Means when I think about Xbox, I'm going to think about quality games. We have work to do there. We haven't done our best work over the last few years with our first-party output.
That's always been a hit on the company on that. Whenever I hear some criticism.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say always. Like, I think we've gone through times
not to
where
throw mud on you, but I have to know that's a fair. I think it's something fair to say.
It is fair to say. And
that's in 2018. They've had a first-party issue of quality games. Tell me how much has changed when in 2026, a different interviewer is saying, did you solve the problem to improve game quality and create more bona fide Game of the Year contenders? Other game publishers claiming those trophies, I said. Nailing those fundamentals, he said. He could, quote, create the conditions for the lightning in the bottle of Gaming of the Year.
Yeah.
Yo, Booty's like, who? What's a Game of the Year? Booty, that was a thing that Astrobot won while you were sitting, sticking your finger in your ass in the front row, smelling your finger. When they were celebrating Astrobot on stage and you were in the front row watching that with your trash finger. That's what a Game of the Year is. He goes, dude, J-Dub, he got him Forrest Gump, Booty Gump. He goes, Game of the Year, I don't know what that is. Mama never told me about that. It's like, Booty Gump, yes, Game of the Year. Well, what is that? Is that a box of chocolates? No, it's not a box of chocolates. It's what quality games win. You mean I don't get an award for running? No, you don't get an award for running, Booty Gump. He's Gump, man. He's like, I'm just looking for Jenny. Jenny. They told me Jenny was here. Jenny was supposed to interview me. Jenny, where are you? Like, Booty Gump, get out of here. No, I'm Steve Totillo. I thought you were Jenny. Are you Bubba Gump? Bubba Gump Trent? No. Steve Totillo, make quality games. I have a shrimping boat. Booty, I'm going to press you again. When are the quality games coming here? Phil was asked 10 years ago, where are yours? I think I just paid myself. Oh, shit. Booty, get the hell out of here, you shithead. Goddamn Booty Gump repeated himself in the interview. I got to excuse myself. I just paid a little. Oh, shit. Fucking Booty Gump. Dude, he pressed him and he goes, I could create the conditions for lightning in the bottle. Yeah, Booty, was it Clint? Because they interviewed you the same day Clint came out. Was that lightning in the bottle? Exactly. Because you went over to Double Fine and told them that all your shit is mine. And when they made something very creative, you dressed up Aaron Greenberg as Mrs. Potts. You made them all made freaking dildo pots over there in the marketing campaigns. And the game came out with 50 people playing, friends and family. That's what that's quality. You need more lightning in a bottle. He goes, yeah, that's what they call, he goes, you know what I call lightning in the bottle is when I take one of those when I do one of these underneath the covers and Mama was like that. Oh shit, Booty, you stink ass. And now he goes, what about stabilizing Gen 9? Here we go. We have a formal team and we're investing in console features. We're standing up the muscle to make sure that all of our performance and reliability quality is great. We're investing in a first-class experience again. We want to make sure that all the players will be on Gen 9 and Gen 9 with a great console with regular updates. There's the holding pattern. There it is. So she says by adding some animations to the achievements and giving you custom colors on the dashboard and turning off what was the best feature in the world, quick resume. These are the features that are going to keep people stabilized. Giving an animation to your logo. These sound like overnight updates, stability updates.
Exactly.
Like this is, but see, she doesn't know, and the stupid fans are glazing her at like she goes Xbox and they go, Asha, my woman, Madam Xbox. It's like, yo, you're making it easy for her.
Yep.
Why you want next level updates? Because this shit's bullshit. Phil Spencer was giving you better updates than this. Like Phil Spencer was talking out like more tangible things, I guess, than she is. You're giving her like this. It's like, guess what, guys? I moved the Xbox button over here now. Asha, 20 years we've been asking. Like, really? You guys need to chill the hell out, man.
Yeah.
Like you are making it like because that's what she's gonna think. Like, oh man, all I gotta do is just turn the Xbox button from white to green and shit, I'm done. These are the updates that they want. They're asking for it. I think Gen 9 is a great piece of hardware. We want to make sure that gameplay and the platform experience are excellent. We know we just haven't invested as much there, and we're getting back to that. It's because she needs to keep people on Gen 9 when she introduces the PC Xbox experience. They're going to convince Gen 9 that this Gen 10 is just the same thing. So her job right now is to make the dashboards between the two platforms, Helix and the PC Xbox full screen experience, Xbox mode, and the console, to have them update together. That's not what she's telling you. She's saying we're updating the dashboard, but she's updating the Series X to get ready to look like the experience. That's what they're going to do. See, that's the thing that they're not telling them. Oh, we're giving updates. Well, what kind of updates? The updates that they're adding to that. And what's interesting, I don't know if I have this on here. J-Dub, get ready to watch this. What's interesting, one of those updates was the animation of the what was it? The friggin' achievement, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not sure who did it. I think it was Bootleg. Bootleg broke the news on the Bootleg. I think he said it. Oh yes, he did. He did say it. Let me say he said that animation for the achievements was under Sarah Bond. According to Jez Corden, the new achievement features started under Sarah Bond. Quote, he said, I know for a fact that started under Sarah because that stuff appeared in the cloud gaming preview dashboard, which wasn't available to the public. Interesting. That feature wasn't, and the key point is not that she's taking credit for Sarah Bond's work, poor Sarah Bond. But the key point is that it was a feature of the Xbox Cloud Gaming Preview. Xbox Cloud. You know, the dashboards, they were evolving on the Samsung TVs, Xbox Cloud. What they're doing is exactly that. They are bringing the features of, or the things of those other dashboards from Cloud and Xbox full screen, and they're going to slowly throw them into the Xbox console so that those lemmings will move over with the assistance of influencers.
Yeah.
It's plain as day. They're not adding features to the Xbox. And why would they allow you to turn off quick resume? Because guess what? Does your PC have quick resume? Silence, exactly. It doesn't. Quick resume is not a feature of Windows PC. There is no quick resume. It was a feature of the console, like what Jason Ronald said. You save it to the SSD and turn it off. You could do that on a custom device built for that feature. But quick resume is not a feature of Project Helix. Unless they added in Windows 12. But currently, on your Asus ROG Ally, you can't be bouncing around games left and right, save state. No, Windows don't do that. When Windows shuts down, Windows shuts down.
Yep.
So let's all keep an eye on what updates will be happening to the Xbox dashboard, because I guarantee you those updates are more conforming the Xbox dashboard to be more like the Windows mode, Xbox full screen experience mode. That's exactly what's going on. Because she needs to make sure that they need to come over.
Yep.
That's stability. Because she has to do it. And it doesn't work half the time either. That's Mr. Grimm, exactly. Shout out to Iconic Games. He dropped a 5 VIP bomb in the house. Sorry, I was talking about some Asha-ness in the house. But thank you so much, Iconic Games. He got Gino, RJO. Oh, man, he got a few people in here. Thank you, man. Let me update my numbers, the numbers. But yeah, it has been bothering me so much how deliberately glazing she has been. Like, I feel that, J-Dub. I don't know if you feel the same way. Maybe because I have Xbox fan and went through Phil Ness, and it's crazy. She is deliberately doing this stuff. Very purposefully. We've been working on it 2 weeks when it was already Sarah Bond's thing. It made it look like she came in and she changed stuff. And it was Sarah Bond had that. Now here comes the exclusivity thing. As for the hottest topics, Booty and Shama had no additional info to share about exclusivity. No calls made yet. Choices around Xbox approach to exclusive games are, quote, long swinging decisions that have decade-long impact. Does she speak English, or is she an AI prompt as well? This long swinging decisions, and she speaks like a robot. Long swinging decisions and have a decade-long impact. Asha doesn't know. What do you mean? And this is what she says. We'll take a data-driven approach and strategic-driven approach, and then we'll look at our principles and we'll make some calls. So we'll share more when we're ready. Well, if Asha didn't look at the data yet, the data is going to tell her exactly what she needs to know. She does not have the install base. Game Pass day one needs to go away for them to even try to implement some sort of Xbox exclusivity. And PlayStation has proven to be a viable place in selling their games that even Satya Nadella hyped up PlayStation and Steam sales to his investors without even mentioning Xbox. Yeah. So they're losing money with the hardware. Their services and games are stagnant. And they're going to find that reality in a few days when their financials drop. Because you're going to sit there and Asha's going to be sitting there and going, uh-oh, but this is our honeymoon period, dude. This is our honeymoon period. She's not accountable for this yet. So she could come in here and they say, hey, look at the division, see what you're going to do, Asha. And that's what she's doing. Whether these come to fruition, whether they're just pie in the sky long-term wins, it is all just a statement of purpose. Because when she, just like I did an analogy, you go into oh yeah, I'll get you that fry. Oh man, you've been complaining about that fry for 4 years, that fry machine? I'll get you one. Oh wow. Yo, wow, you bringing our kitchen back. Our kitchen's back. And then she goes out there and she goes, okay, I'm going to buy a new fry machine. They want one. And they're going to be like, Asha, there's no customers here. We're down in debt. We haven't had a W in the last 2 years. So they could stay with the fry machine that they got. Yeah, about that fry machine that I promised you. Yeah, I went to management and they said, we don't have the money for it. So, yep. So that's not happening. But Asha, you promised us. I didn't know. But I'll get you some new forks and knives, like a quick win. You know, I'll paint the kitchen. That's it. Because the data is going to show that, you know, and I know what I say. Do it. Please do it. Go ahead. Pull it all off. Pull it off of Steam. Pull it off of PlayStation. Pull it off of Steam. I mean, the Switch. Do it. Do it. Go ahead. I don't care. If that makes you make great games to bring people to your platform, then do it. Because all this other shit is not working. Worrying about little Timmy on the cloud and Fred on his Samsung TV and horse shit taking a dump outside, wants to play on his phone. It's not working. And you're getting shit games from Mr. Shit himself. So stop. Yep. If you want to pull it all and make it better for Xbox and make great games like Gears 3 and Gears 2 and Halo 3 and Halo 2, the good old days, then do it. If it makes better games, then do it. Take them out of Game Pass, shut that shit down, make it a supplementary. You get your games in a year and make quality games exclusive to Xbox and say, buy the friggin' piece of hardware. Do it. Please. I beg you. Do it. Go ahead. No, this wishy-washy shit. If it's we are Xbox and you want to call to arms, then that's the shit that you got to do. So do it. And I'm not daring you to do it. I want you to do it. Put the boot to Sony's face. Tell Nintendo to go suck a Mario Ball. Do it. Show them why you're green, why you are Xbox. You got Saros? I got Saros. I got a Saros game that's going to come beat your ass of Saros. You got Wolverine? Blade's going to beat your ass. Exclusive on console, day one. Not in Game Pass. $70. Buy that shit. Asha in the house. And I wish they would. But I know damn well they're not going to. Because Asha has no control. And Microsoft don't give a shit about games. They never did. That's always been my problem. Because the only thing that's been consistent is their game quality inconsistency. They've been consistently inconsistent with games. Either they didn't have them and they were delayed, or when they came out, they weren't ready. Or they came out and they were just, nah. That's the problem. So now, you got a cadence of games. Booty, get that shit out of your ass. Stop worrying about cadence and worry about quality. Because Sony could drop 3 bangers and they don't have to worry about, oh, well, there's one in February. They're dropping them. Great quality games. Yep. Just do it. Well, we have to take a data-driven up. But, dude, what data? If all those bullet points, we grow Xbox, and she said, I want Xbox to grow. Yo, where are you from? You really don't know. What are you going to do differently that Phil's not doing? That Phil didn't try already. Phil pivoted 3 different times. He did goddamn spin-a-roonies in the middle of the ring, Booker T style. Yep. He went Windows Store exclusive. Hell, you want the Ghost of Phil? I'm going to show you the Ghost of Phil. Just come to my profile on goddamn X, and I'm going to show you. You want to see some spooky ass shit? Watch this. Where I'm at. Here, let's go. You want something? Watch this. Where is it? Phil Spencer. We did all this over again. Right? Where is he? Phil Spencer, May 2004 kind of interview. Idle Sloth says right here, Asha Sharma said, quote, we have formed a team and we want to make the muscle. Asha wants to make Xbox first-class experience again. Phil Spencer in 2025. I made a mistake. It was 2020, 23 it was, I believe. I think I corrected myself. What was it? 23. Phil Spencer said, quote, our vision is everybody who's on console has to feel like they have a great experience and they're a first-class citizen. They've invested a ton in our platform. In over 3 years ago, May 2023, Phil says Xbox needs to be a first-class experience. The console has to feel first class. Why is a new manager coming in saying the same thing 3 years later? That should be a problem. Don't you think, J-Dub? Like, May 2023, absolutely. Phil says console needs to feel first class, and then Asha says we're standing up the muscle to make sure all our performance and reliability and quality is great in console features. Actually, I kind of like what Phil said. I think Phil's a first-class citizen. I think was much more encompassing. Asha seems specific on features, and if it's the features that she showed, dude, that's weak as shit. You gave me custom colors on the dashboard, and you got a team. How many people is that the same amount of people that said, let's put a button on the Axis ROG Ally? How many people sit around the table going, you know what, guys? They had 8 colors before. You know what? Let's give them custom colors on the dashboard. I think they're tired of the Windows 8 colors that we let them just lock to. I think adding custom colors is a big move right now. Who agrees? Call meeting. Get 50 people in here. We got to see if they agree on giving them custom colors. Custom colors. Dude, pay me to sit in that friggin' meeting room out the 6 digits. That's your team. You formed a team to talk about custom colors. You know what? That diamond. I think it needs a little bit of glimmer on, a little glaze on that diamond. Let's get the team of 50 people in here. Let's see if we could get a glaze on that diamond and do an update. But Asha, these are these are features. How about evolving the friends list? How about doing something PlayStation has, like share play? Sharing your game over the internet and having your friend jump in as number 2 or taking over for you. Where's yours? Maybe streaming to YouTube is another console feature that you could put on there that hasn't been on there in your whole existence. No. Oh, but we'll add a new bitch version of Game Pass on Discord Nitro. Huh? Yeah. Please. Keep going, we're Xbox. And they say Xbox is back. Dude. You want to see? Where's J-Dub doing the interview there? Hold on. Where's that Phil Spencer?
Phil Spencer.
There he is. March 31st, 2014. Mr. Phil Spencer. Yeah, he's never going to go away.
Phil Spencer, baby, let's go! Yeah!
This is when Phil...
Yeah!
Dude, even that... Yeah! Listen. Even that guy is like exclusives and stuff. Yo, listen.
Yeah.
The hypocrisy, J-Dub, of the friggin' exclusivity.
Yeah.
They called ponies. They would tell us to get back in the stable if we said the word exclusives.
Yep.
That's the thing that drives me crazy, is that all the criticism that we brought on Xbox with quality games, exclusives matter. You would have these Xbox police come out, and they will come out and they'll be like, what happened to, they'll be like this. They'll be like, console warring, Pony, go to the stables. Exclusivity is antiquated. Did you hear, Sarah Bond? Exclusivity is antiquated. Exclusives don't matter. That's not the future. Games cost so much money now. They got to put it everywhere. PlayStation's going to do it too. They got to. Their games cost too much money. Mm-hmm. Nobody does exclusives anymore. Well, what about Nintendo? No, they're different. But Sony has some exclusives. Yeah, they put on PC.
You guys are just old. You need to get with the times.
The kids are not doing that anymore. The kids set something new. The kids play service games. They don't care where the games are. They just want the games go with them. What do you mean you got to buy a platform to play a game? That's antiquated. They would come out and they would diminish our preference. And knowing that exclusives drive the platform. If you are trying to sell a platform, hardware, services, subscription, whatever the platform is, if it's your platform, you make the content to make that platform special. Everybody does it. You want to say everybody does it? Netflix, all the subscription services, their movies, their stuff. Like, they make their service differentiated. Why would you want to subscribe to Netflix if the same movies are on Paramount Plus? Oh, well, everybody gets everything. No. Everybody has to have unique stuff. Well, exclusives, that's antiquated. Nobody thinks like that anymore. Games cost too much. And they will come out and tell us that's console warring. Console warring, bad, bad, bad. Go to the stables. Only ponies console war. You won. Leave us alone. Remember that? Leave us alone. You won. It's over. But then Asha comes in there, and they're saying all this stuff about exclusives, everything that we said. And those Xbox police are nowhere to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
When somebody's screaming Asha exclusives, they should be jumping on there going, whoa, whoa, sir, hold on, sir. First off, Xbox is a very low install base right now. PlayStation has 100 million people. You want to take it away from 100 million potential customers and make it exclusive to the 35 million consoles? Mm-hmm. Gaming is expensive now. How is that going to work? Everybody plays, we all win. Remember that? Where are those police to tell the Xbox fans that it's console warring and exclusives are antiquated and that's not the future? Trust me. No. They're actually saying, you know what? Exclusives will help them. Oh, really? So now they're helping hands. But when we said exclusives matter last year, it was open the stables. Nobody's keeping those Xbox fans in check. Nobody that when PlayStation and Nintendo do, yo, we got exclusives. Like, you know, we're fine. That's what it's supposed to be about. Oh, no, they're going to PlayStation day. They got to go PC day one. That's the only way Sony's going to survive. Their games are too much. Really? Nobody keeping them in check. The same people that said, hey, multi-platform is the future of the business. That's the only way the business is going to grow. Well, what happened to the business anymore? And they're yo, J-Dub, I don't care if this gets blocked. These are the Xbox fans right now. Here they are. Asha! Asha! They're screaming Asha! There they are. Dude, that's them. We back, Asha. They're screaming. No. Keep it in your pants. Pause. Hit that like button, grinders.
To go back and look at.
They're going wild out there in these streets. Asha did another tweet. Yo, Asha went crazy. Phil said the same thing. So now we got Phil Spencer. Now they got bringing. They got Asha. This. Like, Asha, we back. It was like Seamus Blackley. Seamus was like, ah! They're going crazy. Yo, they're setting it all up. Dude, listen. JJ, are you still here? I'm going to show you who did this. Somebody did this to me. You want to, now we're going to get messy. Hit that like button, grinders. Yo, somebody sent me this friggin' GIF, whatever you call it. I'm not going to be able to control myself. I'm probably going to start laughing. I'm going to, do they think this is funny? What I show you next, you better put down your glass. Make sure you got plenty of room to fall over and just die laughing. This is the content you get here at the Gaming Grindhouse. Listen, somebody sent this to me. Dude, I lost it. I freaking lost it. So I'm going to show it now. talking about how crazy they go for Asha. I know it's coming. And I'm not gonna be able to contain myself. I'm not gonna contain myself. You don't know, dude. Who would have said this to me, dude? I'm gonna tell this something. Retro, the family man gamer. If you are here, I'm not looking at it because I can't. I gotta stop laughing. If you are here, man, dude, if I ever need to just start rolling laughing, you gave me the content to do it. J-Dub, are you ready for this thing? He says this is Xbox influencers right now. I'm not looking at it because I'm gonna look at it. We're gonna turn our heads and look at it together. Are you ready? Hit that like button. I want to see likes. Are you liking that thing? Let me see what you guys are doing. Are we not hitting that like button? Because this dude. I'm telling you, this is some grade A shit right now. 85 likes. Let's get up to 95. Maybe 100 grinders. Let's go, because I'm going to show this right now. You're going to maybe hit the 100 likes right now with this, because this is the kind of stuff. I'm not looking at it because, dude, I cry. Everybody ready? Everybody ready? Everybody ready? You thought that was funny?
We're ready.
Yo, I don't disappoint, right? I don't overpromise and underdeliver. When I make a promise, I know it's funny. So he says right now, Retro, the family man gamer, says, Xbox influencers right now. Here it is. You fuck out of this shit. Every fucking time I see this thing.
Oh, God. Oh, man. Triple pause.
Triple pause. Every time I see this, somebody else being there. I don't know what's going on here. Oh my God. He knocks the other guy out.
Oh, shit. Oh, man.
Oh my God. Oh, shit.
That is definitely down.
Oh my God.
Oh, man.
Oh my God. I could. Oh my God. Retro's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Hey, Retro wrong for that. Hey, that was hilarious.
It's Yo, the way he knocked that guy out. Holy shit, I love it. I had to share it because, man, it cracked me up every friggin' time. The way he knocks the guy out of the way. And it's like, yo, they don't, like, they're going friggin' crazy. They are, like, it is like no holds barred. It's insane. I could not believe what is going on, you know, and this is like the craziness that's going on. Like, you watch. This guy, I don't know who this is. Xbox Studio. I'm like, who's this guy? This is some fan of Xbox. He named himself Xbox Studio. 78,000 followers. He goes, Asha, the new treatment on this logo reflects way more personality than before. The people people are excited at what's ahead. Is there any possibility to get a dynamic background for the Series X and S with the new logo? And she writes, working on it. And he goes, fans are going to be so happy about this. Thanks for the quick response. Dude.
Just the glazing.
And he's like, this new treatment of an old logo. I prefer this logo. Oh my God. Like, it's just like, I'm, yo, listen, the logo looks cool, but it's a logo. My God. You acted like that she just basically reinvented Xbox, dude. Like, I don't understand. Yep. And where does the logo fit with Helix? It's just absolutely insane. Like, and then here to go. Like, here's her calling card. She lowered the price of Game Pass, practically unheard of these days. She took out Call of Duty. Where's that in the list? I don't see that in the list. J-Dub, do you see that?
Nope.
Lowered the price, unheard of. Took Call of Duty out of Game Pass? Because that should be one there too, right? Again, the glaze.
Yep.
Changed the name from Microsoft Gaming back to Xbox. Did she? Did Satya say her new name is CEO of Xbox and not Microsoft Gaming? Did Microsoft make that change? Because everything is still Microsoft Gaming. She says the perspective is going to be more about Xbox, but she don't go changing any titles.
Exactly.
There was no title change.
They're putting that. They're putting that in her mouth. You know, they put those words in her mouth.
Yeah, because her name, like according to what it is, you know, like Asha, new CEO, Asha Sharma, new CEO, yeah, whatever her name is. She was appointed the CEO of Microsoft Gaming in February 2026. Where's oh wait, is that it? Where's her news? Microsoft article, like the official Microsoft page. Where is it? There it is, the official blog. Asha Sharma named EVP and CEO of Microsoft Gaming. Did we get a new one of these last week? That she's now changed to Xbox Gaming?
Nope.
So yeah. A question on there. So again, it was a rumor that turned into something. So there was no official announcement that she changed it. But when she was asked that, she's like, I'm changing the perception that it's Xbox. Yeah. So wordsmithing. You're not doing anything. Like, you didn't. Satya didn't say, you know what, Asha, that's a great idea. We're changing your name now. It's Xbox, not Microsoft Gaming. You stayed. You stayed the same. Ended. This is an Xbox campaign. Yeah. So let me ask you a question. This is an Xbox, and we are Xbox. It sounds the same. How about Xbox makes great games? That should be the new statement. Xbox makes bangers. Xbox go to Game of the Year contenders. Stop worrying about what Xbox is, whether this is an Xbox, we are Xbox, because you could see we are Xbox. Does that mean great games? That sounds like you're identifying us as a team. It's a social, parasocial thing. Right? It's like we are the Giants. We are a team. Excuse me, wait a second. Does that mean great games? Does that mean great content for the consumer? Like, what is we are Xbox? I don't get it. That's it sounds like an identity crisis. Stop trying to define what Xbox is and who Xbox are, and just make Xbox great games. Nintendo doesn't have to say we are Nintendo.
That's what troubles me is they haven't said that. They haven't said that they're going to focus on just making great games. As a matter of fact, remember Phil? Remember when he said, well, you know, Starfield can be 11 out of 10 and it pretty much won't matter. And, you know, nobody's going to buy the Xbox, yada, yada, yada. I'm paraphrasing, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. He just said it could be whatever it is. Like, he dismissed the quality of the game. Like, no matter what the game is, it's not going to change anything. And it's like, great games don't matter. And again, you look at all these things. What is a call to Xbox, and how do fans have the goal to say that Xbox is back when there has not been a game to change the perception of what Xbox games are?
Yep.
They always have been in an identity crisis, Josh. Like, that's them. It's always like, Like, even look at the wins. She ended the This Is an Xbox. She announced a new console, Project Helix, which is a PC. Another conundrum. Like, another kink. Like, oh, why? That's another level of confusion. Why introduce that? Because now Xbox is a PC now? Helix and console PC hybrid. That just adds more confusion. Reevaluating their approach to exclusivity, committed to flexible pricing and fan-requested console features, revealed a new logo, reminiscent of the original Xbox. Listen, she has a layup year today. We are Xbox, the Xbox 25th anniversary. She is playing into that all year. Phil would have done the same thing. I think all this was in Phil's playbook anyway. I think all this stuff was in there. Even this guy. I ordered an Xbox Series X. I'm back in. Hell yes. The dude used a picture of the internet. He said, my Xbox arrived, and he took a picture from the internet.
Yeah.
He's glazing Asha.
I think the thing with Phil, though, is people really, with him, they got tired of him lying. And I think he kind of overstayed his welcome. With Asha, they're hoping that, they know she's going to lie, but at least it's a fresh lie.
Yeah. Even David Strickland, dude, he goes, I think Microsoft's biggest issue with gaming is that it tries to do too much. Xbox's new CEO has made some moves already, but it's handling a lot of spinning plates. The industry shows that no one company can succeed in all things. Xbox feels like the Roman Empire of gaming.
Yep.
I think we'll see under Asha the Xbox coming back and trying to fend off barbarians at the gates while devising new strategies to combat risks and competition, while simultaneously trying to lay the track for a new generation. Yo, man, I'm telling you right now, they will lose. And now she's already dropping about memory costs is going to impact pricing and impact availability, as we've seen.
Setting it up.
She's
They're
already
setting it up already.
They're already setting up. Project Helix is going to be expensive. But when they say flexible and open, they are speaking about other OEMs making this thing. Remember, that was the conversation from last week where they were saying like, oh, well, is Project Helix will be a first-party console? Yes, a reference device that they're going to make that's going to be premium, and I'm sure HP will make one with maybe less RAM, and then Dell will make one with less memory, but it's all going to be using the project, the AMD chip.
Yeah.
The AMD, just like the Z1, just like the Z2 Extreme. Like the Z2 Extreme is in the Xbox Asus ROG Ally. It is in the Legion Go 2. And that Z2 chip is their APU, their chip. So they're making a chip for a more of maybe a console-fied version of PC, an APU chip. They do it already. We already see it with these kind of the Nuke and all these other little I have one. I got the what is it called? The NG99 or something like that. It's a mini tower piece. It's a mini PC that has like a dedicated GPU. It has a dedicated GPU, like a laptop, a little mobile GPU. But they got ones like the another example is the ROG Flow 13 that has the Flow 13, which is the tablet, like the Surface on steroids that I had here. I wound up just getting a regular gaming laptop, but I returned it. But that thing was an Xbox. That was basically their HX Halo chip 395 HX. It was an all-in-one chip that had the performance of gaming and battery, and using the RAM. You could add more RAM to it, like 64 gigs, and you could make some of it go to the APU, the GPU part of it. But it was all one little chip. It wasn't a dedicated GPU. It was integrated graphics, but it was powerful enough, like a 4060 or something like that. That's what AMD is going to build in this chip, and it's going to make Xbox is going to make a reference device, and then other OEMs will make maybe more affordable, more expensive ones. That is the openness that they're going to try to do, and they're just going to be the Xbox app on all of them. I just don't understand what people think, and I think it's going to happen on the 25th, J-Dub, if they announce that there are Xbox console games like like 360 and Xbox games coming to the Windows Store without that chip. That's going to tell you, and it has to be. You think that they're going to make that preservation program only work with a Project Helix chip? That will be like, we're going to do Blinks to Time Sweepers playable on PC, but only on Project Helix chips. Yeah, good luck with that when you got millions of PCs out there without that chip. Good luck selling that game. No, that game, they're going to make that compatible, port it over to Windows Store. Maybe it stays in Windows Store. But if they start putting games in Windows Store that are backwards compatible, that are old games, then you know for real that Project Helix is just going to be the Xbox app. They already named the Xbox mode the same thing.
Yeah.
And they're going to make hardware because they will make their version, their boutique version of that hardware. And development kits. Oh, it's a console. Yes, the dev kits will be a fixed build. It'll be a pre-built PC basically with that chip. And devs will probably be able to make maybe a setting or something that takes advantage of that chip. Like, okay, Helix mode, just like they have Steam Deck mode. Mm-hmm. Helix configuration. But you're running a PC game. You're not running an Xbox console game. You're running a PC game, but maybe have a drop-down box or auto-detect Helix and just say Helix settings. Which is great. Listen, I'm down for it, dude. Like, if they could do a nice, cool, console-fied PC that I could put next to my PlayStation, I'm down for it. I use a laptop hooked up to my TV. If I could have a sit back and just use a controller and it works, that's it. But the question is, if it works, knowing Microsoft, it's going to be broken as hell because that's how they roll. And disk drive, dude, those days are over. I don't know if anybody having disk drives. Let's see what other people are saying about the Ashinator.
The best part about all of this, though, is all of the
corporate speak smokescreen, man. It's crazy.
I will say the best part about all of this, though, is all of the whitewashing of the Xbox fanboys saying, "Oh yeah, exclusives suck. They're antiquated." And all the videos and all them tweets are being deleted. They're like, "Yeah, you know what? I think Xbox really should bring back the exclusives." Thanks for the Project Helix shirt and the yellow chair. It looks great in my room. But yeah, Xbox really needs to bring... Even though, like 6 months ago, we were saying that PlayStation should make everything multi-platform, because, exclusives are bad. Oh, now there's a little glimmer of hope. Oh, shit. Let's get rid of that.
The corporate speak smokescreen, man.
And I appreciate people seeing through the horse shit because, again,
bullshit. Yep.
It is all bullshit. Like, it is basically, we all knew exclusives matter. We all know that, and they're trying so hard to be that this is a revolution. And it's like you're going into a revolution with no weapons. Imagine, it's like they're cheering the troops and saying, "You guys are going to go fight and get out there and we're back and let's go." And then you run out there and it's like, "Well, where are our guns?" Yeah, about those. And that's games. Yeah. You can't go fight the gaming war without games. And quality games. Like Saros, you should be sitting out there, Asha going on that stage, you should be standing there going, "Xbox, we are Xbox. Where's our Saros? Where's our Wolverine? Are you going to make that next game? Because we need to be relevant and compete against our competitors who are making great games, and that's where the gamers are going. And we need to make sure gamers stay here at Xbox. So we got to make games that make people want to play on Xbox, that want to be in our ecosystem, that want to buy their accessories and use our feature sets and use our ecosystem and subscribe to our services. We need to make content that makes people come and stay."
Yep.
That's the speech that Asha needed to make. Not worrying about who is Xbox, where it is, the evolution, stabilizing Gen 9, how. And when Booty asked about games, consistency and stuff, I could try to get that lightning in the bottle. Lightning in the bottle? PlayStation's a fucking thunderstorm right now. They got Saros, they got other one, they just came off of Yotai. You're telling me they got all that lightning, but you can't get a lightning in a bottle. You just shit in your bed.
Yep.
Like the way that he describes it as lightning in a bottle, that sounds like a rarity, ultra rare. You mean like something that you'll never achieve? Lightning in a bottle. That's what we'll try for game of the year. Game of the year. Sony gonna have probably 2 games up there, and probably best fighter. Why don't you show us more of Fable instead of hiding that shit between devs drinking coffee? We really got to wait to June? How about Asha got on stage and going, you know what? Me and Booty just came back from the studios. I want to reveal a brand new trailer of all the features that are coming to Fable and how the customization works. Never before seen. Here we go. That is Xbox. Use the games. You're in gaming, but this is the problem that they always have. It's about where, it's about who, it's about how, it's about why. Why do they game? Why do they want Xbox? But it's never the what. And that's why I made the thumbnail for what it is, because it just shows that Asha had to send out a whole 3-page memo with interview, and we still don't have answers of what is Xbox and who is Xbox and why Xbox is back with a new logo. And all Sony did was Saros. Sony didn't give a shit about the where. You got a portal for that. Who? If you want to play the game, get what? Sony's just like the what. That's it. We don't need 3-page disclosure. We don't need a call to arms. Nintendo don't sit here going, the letter to my internal Nintendo. We are Nintendo. No. And it's very simple. What is a PlayStation? It's that right there, the console. What's a Switch? Yep. It's right there. It's a console. What's an Xbox? You can't answer that in one word. You have to say, well, it's the console, but then also they got Xbox on PC. They got Xbox Cloud. You see it when they announce games. There's the whole top row is Xbox, all this bullshit. With a Play Anywhere tramp stamp. And all you need is Steam and PS5. One logo tells you where to play it. On Xbox, you got to roll a dice going, it's cloud it's cloud, it's Xbox on PC, it's Xbox Series consoles, it's a Play Anywhere, so it doesn't work on cloud. It's Game Pass, so do I get it my subscription? They want it's PlayStation and Steam. And Porter Rock said it. He did a video. It was like a short video going like, it's just simple. No explanation needed with PlayStation and Nintendo. And that's where gamers are going to go. They don't need a Cliff Notes and choose your own adventure to figure out where to play an Xbox game.
Exactly.
And that's going to take away the customer. And Asha should have came in and leveled that all out. And the problem is, she didn't. She just complicated it. Oh, and the new console, which is going to be PC. It's like, oh, shit, you just added a whole other caveat. And Jada, let me ask you a question. If PlayStation came and said, like, our next console is going to include PC, how confident would you be to buy Saros right now? How confident would you be to invest money in the games coming out for PlayStation, knowing that that next-gen console is not going to be a PS6, just play your PS5 games. It's going to have PC and a hybrid. Are you going to be confident in buying games now?
Nah.
I wouldn't. Like, are they going to?
But then again, to be fair, then again, we're not their targeted audience. Their targeted audience are the ones that Phil said, they'll evangelize it.
Yeah, and they're evangelizing her, dude. That's all they're doing. Empress, Madam Xbox.
Empress, Queen.
She hasn't even dropped the game yet. Shit. She dropped Clin at 67 under her watch.
Yeah, her first game.
Her first game was Clin. This is her first game. Madam Xbox, here she is. Here's her first game. Yeah, keep drawing up as this is her first game under her watch, just released. There you go, Asha. Well, congratulations on your first game release as CEO of Xbox, first party game. There. And Greenberg in a Pottery Barn outfit didn't save it. Flying out influencers, the same ones that received Project Helix shirts, and having them play with clay and making pots. Again, is it a bad game? I don't know, but if she's looking to stabilize and looking to grow Xbox and Gen 9, here's the data. Start collecting. Start collecting your data, Asha. Bootleg trying to save his life here. We, J-Dub's here, so we got to play the jam for him. Amount of DMs from people that bought Xbox consoles again after having sold them because of Asha's leaked memo.
It's all a lie. It was all a lie.
I know. The guy just shared photos from
online.
Like, we had Dusty Bin telling us that Xbox in stores was fine because Target got one on October 19th and stock was fine.
Why do you think they can't help themselves with lying? Just lying. It's not, if you're gonna lie, at least have it work. But these guys have been lying for like 15 years, and Xbox is in the worst shape it's ever been. Like, that's why I don't get it. You think they would give up by now?
I don't. I think, and that's what grinds me up so much is like the and that's why I'm like I sound upset with the thing, because what I never liked about Xbox, what they're doing is that they know, like, again, I don't want to blame fans for being fans. You got people that just love the brand, like, and with the memories and stuff. The fans are fans. What I don't like is people in media and Xbox specifically targeting fans and grooming them and using their passion and their love for the brand and manipulating them to get them to do what they want them to do. And I think that is such a corporate bullshit that it's so funny that a lot of them kind of go like, what, you like love Sony and suck? No, dude, Microsoft is targeting you. They are using your nostalgia specifically with influences involved to get you to go where they want you to go and do. And they've done it so many times before. And they know that you're passionate and you're looking for that W. But the problem has always been is that they should just be delivering great games to you. And that was the only answer and the only thing that they should have done. Because nobody will sit around and deal with Nintendo's bullshit. Nobody would sit around and deal with Sony's bullshit if it wasn't for content that they provided that nobody else was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because you say, well, you eat it up. The thing is that if you're here for the games and great games are here, then that's where you stay. Like, that's where you're like, oh, well, the increasing prices. Well, I love these games. Listen, that's why I bought a bunch of 360s that had a red ring of death. Why didn't you just go buy a different console? Because the games were there. It was Gears 2, Gears 3, Call of Duty, DLC maps. Day one, like, you were missing out if you didn't have an Xbox 360. So when I got that red ring, I went out and said, give me another one. That's it. Because the games kept me there. Not the influences. Not Asha going, hear you. Is it her? Is it AI? I don't know. Telling people that she's going in DMs. Hey, I'm going to fix this. Like telling some guy that, like, oh, I'm going to fix your Xbox. Like, is this the real Asha? Who's this? It's
copism. It's just copism. She knows she can get away with it because there's a lot of, she knows the audience. Phil has showed her the audience and knows what she has to do to keep stringing them along, and it's okay, man. This is how it ends. You know, those who
I
can,
just can't believe
they'll
it.
transition to the Xbox. The others, they'll just live those glory days of Phil, or they'll blame her as
They will.
Satya. You know,
I give her.
pulls
I'm
the
going to tell
plug.
you right now. She's going. So here is the Xbox Matrix on this thing. So when Phil came in, right? Phil came in and he said, what did he do? He pulled Connect. Where's the Phil famous, day one games? I mean, the day one interview. Phil Spencer, new CEO or whatever like that. His day one on the job. Where's the Phil Spencer one? Because it is, young Phil Ness will go right to the
Larry
part.
Herb, Xbox Live's Major Nelson. It has been a big week at Xbox. I'm here with Phil Spencer, who's the new head of Xbox. Phil, congratulations on the job.
With Xbox One.
Let's talk about the launch. It was a big year for Xbox. We had our launch.
Here
We've
Phil's
had some
plan to fix
challenges along
Xbox.
the way. How would you describe the past year?
I'd say there's kind of two sides to the ledger on this. There's a lot of learning that I did as a leader in the organization when I just heard how our message resonated with people, some of the decisions that we made that I think were actually the wrong decisions, and we had to revisit those decisions. On the other side, a lot of accomplishment. We shipped a great product, a lot of great titles from us as well as our partners. And we've got a product right now that you have millions of fans they love. You see the services up. People are using the product to play great games, watch TV, voice commands. We have work ahead of us. We've got international expansion. We're still rolling out into new markets. The monthly updates the teams have been doing, I thought have been just a great addition to what people see in the product. So a lot of learning. We still have a lot of work ahead of me. That's what's challenging me, getting me up at 5:30 in the morning. But also it's worth remarking that a lot of great work has happened over the last year and a lot of accomplishment.
Now, we're getting right close. We're just about 2 months away from the biggest gaming event of the year, that's E3.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that and what you're doing to prep for that.
Had a big content review just yesterday. I mean, it's kind of inside baseball, but people will see that we are almost every week sitting down with the teams and looking what we want to put on stage. What do we want to announce? What do we really want to push? We're going to push games. I thought we did a good job last year in announcing a lot of new games and having games be the focus of the show. I want to do the same thing again this year. Not a lot of executive middle management up on stage. Let's make sure we have creators up there. We've got great games that we're showing. People invest a lot of money in Xbox, and that money is invested so that they know that they have the best place to play games and that's where their friends will be playing. It's our responsibility to stand up on stage and give them the promise of the games that are coming.
Phil Spencer, head of Xbox. Phil, thank you for your time.
Thanks, Larry.
Which cycle of the Matrix is this? Monthly updates was a big thing that Phil did. Console monthly updates. He pulled Connect out of the box. Dropped the price. Oh, he did the price drop. Asha did the price drop with Call of Duty. Asha hyped up Xbox updates to the console. Phil said seasonal updates to the console. Asha said great games. Phil says great games. Like, if Xbox was fine, why do we need this vicious cycle of Zion falling and then having to get fixed again? It's unhealthy, the fact that over a decade later, they're saying the same things, doing the same quick W's to try to glaze the fans back to Xbox. My question is why did it ever go away? Why does it always need a fixing? And why is there always a lot of learning? Exactly, Prince Philip. Why? What are they learning? Why is everybody learning? I know. Don't you know? How? Did this guy just say the same thing that Asha was saying in her stuff and did the same moves? He took Connect out of the box, dropped the price, got the good loyalty of fans. He did backwards compatibility. Asha talking about preservation. It is Phil Ness 2.0. And what happened to all these promises? He had a good year or two. of going on podcasts, talking to people, going on stage, doing this stuff. And then what? Going to PC day one because they had to get Windows 8, Windows 10, promote Windows 10. So they use Xbox to do it. Then Game Pass. Game Pass started as a 360 content. It wasn't until a year of beta that then they said, we're going to put our first party games in there. And games. Phil had the worst run of games and killed franchises. Crackdown, Perfect Dark, Halo, Gears, Forza Motorsport with his friend Matt Booty Cheeks. And Matt Booty's still there. The ass stands alone. So tell me that game quality is going to improve when the same ass is still there running the studios. He managed to destroy their tentpole franchises in Halo, Gears, and Forza. Forza Motorsport came out every 2 years and was quality. 4K 60 on the One X. And managed to wait 6 years to the next Forza and have it flop. That now it's just Horizon or nothing. And Forza Tech was totally optimized for console. Failed when they put it on PC with Forza Motorsport. So, how the hell are we doing this again? I can't look at that thing. How are we doing this again? Go back to the grindhouse on this thing.
At the 2006 E3 conference, Bill Gates announced a new initiative called Live Anywhere. The concept seemed promising. Live Anywhere would bring the Xbox Live experience to computers and Windows phones. It was a unified gaming platform that shared all those achievements, friends, leaderboards, and downloads across multiple platforms. In addition, Live Anywhere would support cross-platform play. PC players could play games with Xbox 360 players. In March of 2007, Microsoft had some news. Live Anywhere was now called Games for Windows Live. Microsoft expected to launch the service in May of 2007. The company also announced the Games for Windows branding for PC games. Titles designated as Games for Windows required Xbox 360 controller compatibility, easy install options, and more. There was also a new feature called Tray and Play that let users play the game while the computer installed it. For Xbox Live, Microsoft charged $49.99 a year for a gold membership. But for some reason, Microsoft thought they could do the same thing with Games for Windows Live. To get all the best features, including multiplayer achievements, cross-platform play, and skill-based matchmaking. Now, if you already had an Xbox Live subscription, you could sign in with your gamer tag and get all the benefits at no extra cost. But for PC users who had no interest in getting an Xbox 360, this pricing was almost insulting. Microsoft tried to dismiss the criticism by saying that PC players could still use the server browser to find games at no cost. It was shocking just how bad it was, considering Microsoft claimed they were the, quote, only company that can pull this off.
Xbox Matrix. Shout out to J-Dub. I think J-Dub just head out. Yo, J-Dub, thanks for staying in there for 3 hours of J-Dub. I appreciate it, man. Hit that like button. But yeah, they did it all already. Remember when they tried to increase Xbox Live to $120 and take away the $60 Xbox Live card? That was leaked on Xbox Wire. They announced it all. Taking away the cards, and it's $120 a year for Xbox Live. And who swooped in to save the day? Phil Spencer, of course. We heard you. We're not increasing the price, and here's Gears of War 4 as a sorry. And it's like, this wasn't a problem until you made it a problem. You made these problems. You said no updates for Xbox. And the problem that I have is, why did not people call this out if they were so hurt by it? if they were so upset that the Xbox dashboard and no the love was given to the console, then where were the cries? They were muffled and nullified by people saying it's not about console anymore. It's about everywhere. It's not about console anymore. So keep quiet. Microsoft don't care about console sales. Then my question is why would they care about exclusivity then? Because I thought it's not, and she didn't say it's about consoles. It's about daily active users. That sounds like more people to play more games on their services. That don't sound like a consolidation. It sounds like an expansion. So it really is wrong that you told people to not express their concerns that they had. And it wasn't until a new CEO came in that gave them hope that they were now at least to share what they've been feeling this whole time. But I just present you how many times that Microsoft tried to do this. Do you see how old those computers were? This was 360. Then they did it again with the Xbox One and PC day one with Game Pass. And now they're doing it again with Project Helix and throwing those two letters PC in your next console. How many times would a new Messiah, Empress, Madam Xbox, a new person? Last year was changing the revolution with the ROG Ally X and handheld, their handheld. And what happened? Nobody talks about it. How are those updates coming? Is that Xbox experience ready to go? But watch over time these updates, because it is a double-edged sword. She's updating that Xbox console to be more like the cloud and PC to move them over. Exclusives always mattered, especially if you have a platform or hardware. That's what I've always said in the Gaming Grindhouse. And the grinders agree. But it's just insane how it is. And what's funny is that exclusivity is just take it off of PlayStation. But they told people that was console war talk. But apparently that's okay now because Xbox is the one trying to reinvigorate the console war. So we will see how this thing turns out. But all I know is this is going to be a fun roller coaster ride. And you're going to want to be here at the Gaming Grindhouse for it. And I think my browser is a shot. I think I have too many tabs open, grinders. So with that, I bid you adieu. And thank you for having... Oh, man, my whole computer went shot. See, Windows doing its thing again. But thank you again, grinders, for joining into the Gaming Grindhouse. All my browser, everything just crashed. Hold on. I want to make sure I get all the chats and stuff here before I go, because I do not want to let any of these awesome gaming grinders words go unspoken here. So let me just double check and make sure I got everybody here. I had to get back in here. Iconic with the 5 VIPs. Thank you again, man. I really appreciate it. We're on our way, grinders. Keep it locked here with a crazy April, and it's going to be a crazy May. And let's go enjoy some Saros and do some gaming grinding. Oh, the OA, member of 6 months VIP. I knew I missed one. Imagine raising prices from $19.99 to $22.99 and taking off Call of Duty while being celebrated by your audience. I know. They just gloss over. They want to win so bad. But you don't win with those kind of moves. You win with great games. That's the problem. They should be asking Asha, I want to see more of Fable. What does Fable do? How does Fable play? Is it like the second game? What can you do? What's the combat like? How this? Those are the questions that need to be answered. And we have to wait to June for a quick onesie over for the Fable and ask more questions since it doesn't get the 30-minute treatment. Every month they should be featuring their first-party games. They got so many of them, supposedly. They should be highlighting, prepping people for Fable. Why wait to June to show Fable? You showed it in January. There should be, if it's coming out this year, you should show one in April, one in June, one in August. It comes out. It's coming out autumn. You tell me you show it in January and you show it in June and we're good? We've seen Saros lead up to today's release. They showed a deep dive with a state of play. They showed more gameplay. They revealed more features. Do you see how Sony and Nintendo reveal their games? They build up hype for their games by releasing and show more and more features of the game, making you confident to buy Saros. Deep dive, launch trailer, state of play. Here's the stuff you're going to do. Blah, 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 blah. Fable, oh yeah, here she is walking slowly in the woods. You'll do all, and then they talk about all the stuff you're going to do. They don't show it, and then it goes dark. Perfect dark. And you wonder what happens. This is what happens. I don't know what's going on. Is it going to be delayed? Oh, no. Still on track for autumn. Okay, well, I could have been fooled. It could have been delayed. No. We got to wait to June. And they still do this. Celebrate your games. Make the games be the lead of the conversation. Not about who, not about where, not about the gaming industry and what people are doing. Just make great games. Then you go from there. That's all you need to do. But they always miss that critical thing. And Asha doesn't know. She's out there going, I want this. It's like, yeah, good, Asha. Good luck. Look at the data. I'll get back to me in a year and see how this laundry list. And it's going to be so much fun coming back. And I think, listen, not to knock on Asha, but I do think that she does come with some competitive spirit. And maybe they do let her flex. And then I will be happy. But I want the competitiveness to be with the quality of games. She has to turn it on Booty and say, Booty, that doesn't fly under my watch. If I'm putting my name out there and Asha's the CEO of Xbox or gaming, then I got to come out. I promise great games. Send it back into the cooker, Booty. She needs to keep Booty and studios in check. And maybe she can. And that will be a success for Xbox. But if she keeps letting Booty get away with the shit he's been pulling under Phil and just like hands off and just bringing the coffee and she just trusts him, she already lost. Asha got to crack down on Booty. She needs to, him being on her messaging and stuff shows me she's leaning into him too much, that she's going to fall between the cracks. And it stanks. Booty jokes never get old. Hope he don't go. He has to stay there because I got to crack those jokes on Booty Cheeks. But anyway, grinders, hit that like button, share it out. A show of shows. Thank you to J-Dub. And get ready for Saros. It's coming. It's here.
Saros PS5.
Let's go, grinders! Hype it up. Hit that like button. We are cooking. Quality games coming your way.
PS5, this is PlayStation, you know the vibe. No boardroom translation. We don't need memos, we don't need speeches. Just boot it up and the whole room reaches. I want the good stuff, they want no waiting. Big game energy, that's PlayStation making. If it's built for the win, let it come alive. One more drop and we're locked in tight. Saros PS5, that's the one. PlayStation,
Another one.
PlayStation, let it run. Great games only, let them shine. PlayStation, PlayStation, we just vibe. Saros PS5, we don't chase. We get the hits right in our face. Great games only, every time. PlayStation, PlayStation. endless folders. Just clean up legends and bigger, bolder. Control the globe.